Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to First Energy Stadium here at America's Classic Ballpark in Reading, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for joining us. Night 2 of minor league baseball. The Reading Fightin' Phils are taking on the Erie SeaWolves. Last night, the R Phils dropped to the SeaWolves 12-4. They're looking to get back into the swing of things today. An exciting ball game though yesterday. Our Phils had a lot to show for that loss. 3 solo home runs off the bat of Archimedes Gamboa, Dalton Guthrie, and Luke Miller. Pretty impressive stuff, especially from Luke Miller. I've been told that he hit it over that brick wall out in left field, which if you've been to the ballpark is quite far away.
Yeah, that's a shot, obviously, and it was a no-doubter. Like we said off the top of this broadcast, there were a couple of wall scrapers, as we are very accustomed to here at First Energy Stadium, that don't always take the greatest amount of power to get it up and out of the ballpark, but that one would have been out just about anywhere, and it's clear because it left the entire stadium. So it's great to see the bats getting into action. Should be another similar sort of thing, but coming from the other end, after putting up a 12 spot, the Erie SeaWolves may have a more difficult time coming into this one because it's quite a force on the mound today.
Francisco Morales, the number 4 prospect in the Phillies organization, he has been lights out in 2019. He was really great in Lakewood, lots of strikeouts. I believe he had 12 strikeouts per 9 innings average, so that's a pretty impressive stat. He did have quite a long break with this COVID, and I know he wasn't able to get into competitive ball until we brought back baseball here, but he was practicing. He was working on adding a third pitch to his repertoire. Right now he's got a good slider, a heavy fastball that has impressive velocity for how young he is, 94 to 95 miles per hour. Morales, just 21 years of age, out of Venezuela. He was signed as an international free agent back in 2016, so working his way up the ranks already in AA, and scouts have said that they believe he could be one day a really significant part of the Phillies starting rotation.
Yeah, and he couldn't be coming at a more perfect time, so definitely exciting to see him after this 2-year layoff. He's got the good velocity on a sinker-type fastball, which induces a lot of ground balls. We talked about the strikeout numbers, 129 strikeouts compared to 46 walks, giving him a 2.8 strikeout per walk. And just keeping that composure on the mound, keeping the fireness up, because he does have a little bit of energy when he's out there on the mound and he's cruising. So hoping to see that once again for the R Phils that are looking to pick up their first of the 2021 season.
It is definitely going to be a hitter's ballpark today. Wind blowing from left field to right field, 14 miles per hour. So it will be a day for the batters at the ballpark. All of those lefties in both the Erie lineup and the Reading lineup. I know we've got a switch hitter in the form of Gamboa, and then Brito being the only lefty in the lineup. Will be interesting to see. We talked to Morales over on Media Day about how it was going to affect him pitching in a park that is well known as being a hitter's park. And he said, I've heard about that, but I just need to go out there. I need to get the job done. I need to do what they brought me here to do. So he's going into it pretty confident. He's talked to a lot of veterans of America's Classic Ballpark. He's pitched with big guys now, pitched with really notable players. So I have high hopes for him today. On the mound for the SeaWolves is going to be Pedro Payano, who's 26 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. He was signed as a free agent this year, and he is the number 2 starter for Erie SeaWolves. So it's definitely going to be a hot, heavy game on the mound, I think. But I think we're also going to see a lot of offensive action.
We will, and it's going to be going back to how they can deal with the ballpark, like you said. Morales coming into the season with the mindset that both teams got to play there. As soon as he steps off the mound, another pitcher is going to come on dealing with the same thing. And Pedro Payano is going to be a type of pitcher that, although, as you mentioned, he's 26 years old, but he is baseball old. He's been playing for a while now, signed at age 17. And he's even gotten the call up to the major league. So he had a brief cup of coffee there. So he knows the game inside and out, especially. So it'll be a little bit of that experience versus the youth. And we'll see where the excitement lays. But these offenses are looking to get going. guys that couldn't get their first hits yesterday, which are only a few, are looking to break through and get a start.
It'll definitely be very exciting here at opening night, part 2, here at America's Classic Ballpark. We're going to take a short break as the grounds crew gets the field ready, and then we'll be back with some more pregame show here on the Arphils Radio Network.
The Blue Marsh Insurance Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks, and a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view for the visiting bullpen. Regular game tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group. When the Red and Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wyomissing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. The Helping Company is a proud naming rights sponsor for the Hall of Famer Stadium area at First Energy Stadium, and a presenting naming sponsor of 5 firework nights this season. The Helping Company is a locally owned family business with over 20 years of experience, offering free roof inspections and storm damage repairs, plus so much more. Give them a call today at 610-234-2210 for your roofing needs, or visit their website 24/7 at thcexteriors.com. The Helping Company, your local roofing specialist.
Here at America's Classic Ballpark, 66 degrees here in Reading this afternoon. The sun is starting to peek through the clouds that were nestling over the ballpark all morning. It's set to be a beautiful evening here in Reading. Some gusty winds, though, so make sure you pick up one of those fleece blankets. I see a lot of people in the stands here. Opening day part 2, we gave out half of them yesterday and half of them this afternoon, so pretty exciting giveaway for fans. We've got more promotions coming throughout the rest of the homestand with some great happy hours, some great theme nights. The Arphils are playing as the Luchadors on Thursday, I believe, and then the Reading Hot Dogs on Sunday. So it'll be a debut for both of those uniforms, so that's going to be great. And then to the next homestand, there's also a bobblehead giveaway. I believe that is Screwball fronting as the snowman from the movie Frozen. I've seen that, and it's pretty legit.
I'll be excited to take a look at one of those, but definitely would want to be a fan coming into this one, being able to walk home with something like that.
It's pretty cool, and the Arphils are really excited about 4 fireworks nights towards the end of May. There is going to be a lot going on here at First Energy Stadium. Fans that are used to those fireworks night are missing out this first homestand, so it's going to be great to have those back, especially as the weather starts to improve by the end of the month. And then looking forward into June, 100% capacity back at the ballpark. Governor Wolf made that announcement yesterday about the capability for large venues to do that, so we are pretty darn excited to have a full set of fans back in the ballpark. It's been great last night. You know, the fans had the energy, they had the enthusiasm, and the ones that could show up did, but we're excited to welcome back everybody and just have, you know, the regular Arphils baseball that we know and love.
Yeah, I mean, if you were watching from home, I'm sure even just when we weren't looking, you hear the crowd in one of the 3 home runs even. You could hear them. It felt like it was a packed crowd out there. It was great to hear anything coming out, but when we get back to 100% capacity, that's when you'll really feel like we are back to it. Alongside the firework nights, it's going to be a couple special nights to pair those together alongside an Arphils win, hopefully. So we will see, but for now we are just still, as I said earlier, happy to have baseball back.
The Arphils are going to be chasing their first win tonight. We got a similar lineup to last night with Archimedes Gamboa playing shortstop. Daniel Brito over at second, Matt Vierling out in center field once again, Duran behind the plate, Tatum over in left, Stokes at first, Guthrie at third base, who made some incredible throws across the diamond there, really showcasing his leather. Kroon out in right field, and Miller as the designated hitter once again. He is in the 9 spot, but I talked to manager Sean Williams about that, and he says he's got a lot of raw power, and once he's able to put that all together, he should shoot right up. He should shoot right up in the lineup. There's a lot to look forward there. He really likes the way he looks at the plate, so just giving him a little bit of time to develop, after all of this time away from the game that, everyone has been facing. So just ease back into that, and then he'll be set to go, probably more up top in the lineup.
Yeah, I would be happy to see that alongside Guthrie, other players who had good games, but it just the short-term memory that you think, oh, they had such a good game yesterday, move them up in the order, get them more at-bats, as sometimes hurts more than it helps when you have that hot hand going up or down the order, because if you're on the opposite end and you realize, oh, if I have an 0 for 4 day today, I could bump down to the bottom of the order or even stay out of the order. It just adds to the mental part of this game that is so difficult for so many players to cope with. So I like the idea from Manager Williams just keeping the lineup the way it was, see if we could piece some more hits together. Had 6 runners left on base yesterday, just able to drive in a couple more, have the pitching behind them. It should be a recipe for success.
As we talked about last night, Tyler, a lot of pretty much all of the hits came from either the top part of the lineup or the bottom. Those guys in the middle, those 4, 5, 6 guys were struggling a little bit at the plate. So hopefully tonight they can light it up a little bit and we can move them up. And once we get all the bats rolling, everyone, just once you get over that hump of the first hit of the 2021 season, I really think that that could be a very big mental aspect for a lot of these guys. I know pitchers have said in the past, like, when they get on the mound and, obviously everyone would love to pitch a perfect game, but not everyone can. So when they give up that first hit, it allows them to just, breathe and kind of get into the swing of things. So we'll see how things shake out here for the Fightin' Phils. On the Erie side, we have prospect Riley Green batting first. Pretty much similar lineup as well. Kredler second, Gonzalez batting third, and Ward's the designated hitter, still in that cleanup spot. John Lester, Jacob Robson, Centino behind the plate, and then the new face in the lineup, Kerry Carpenter, he's going to head out to left field, and then Peterson rounding out that top 9. Behind the plate tonight in regards to the umpires, Steven Jatinsky out on first base, Kelvis Velez, and Emil Jimenez over on third. Those guys will be the crew for the entire series. They're just going to rotate around, everyone getting a job as crew chief behind the plate and moving around, seeing different sides of the field. So it will be interesting to see how that shakes out as well, and see the different calls and the different strike zones that we have today.
Yeah, thankfully throughout the whole day yesterday, really wasn't a lot of debatable calls, wasn't a ever-changing strike zone, which, you could always have complaints on a strike being too low, too high, out of the zone. But as long as it's consistent and you can adjust to it, that's the key. And we really saw that yesterday, so it was great not to have that be a point up here in the broadcast. For the SeaWolves lineup, however, once again, very lefty-heavy. Just the one right-hander and Gonzalez as a switch. The rest, a lot of lefties coming up against Morales, so he'll have to work with the opposing end. We'll maybe have to work with the breaking stuff, breaking into the zone. Sometimes a difficult thing to work with when you're plotting and planning your pitch selection and pitch arsenal. So we will see what the idea is between Morales and Duran, the battery, today.
Yeah, you're right. It will definitely be interesting with all of those lefties facing off righty Morales, especially with the wind blowing out that direction. One of the things that the umpires always go over at the meeting at the plate with the managers is that pool area that we have out in right field, because the wall dips down a little bit. And as we saw maybe it was a week ago in Philadelphia with Rhys Hoskins. He almost got that 100th homer, but they returned the call after they saw it hit the rail and it didn't go quite over. And that's kind of one of the big things that the umpires like to focus on by that pool area in right field. And I think it will be a point of contention today with the wind blowing out that direction.
It just always seems, the ball always seems to go where you want it the least, whether you're Rhys looking for that game-tying 3-run shot, missing it by millimeters, credit that one to the baseball gods. So it always seems, funny enough, this huge ballpark we have here, what are the chances it hits over there? Probably will throughout the season, but it could especially happen tonight. Like you said, the wind gusting, a lot of lefty power bats who, a couple of them had no problem leaving the ballpark yesterday. The Erie SeaWolves had 3 home runs of their own. And, so we'll have to see if that goes into the back of the mind of Duran when he's calling this game, who knows how to work throughout a game, especially with someone with as high of a prospect, as high of a ceiling.
And I think that's the great thing about Duran, is that he is really good with his baseball knowledge. He's very astute with calling the game. He's really trusted as a catcher behind the plate, not only with the coaching staff, but with the players as well. And I think that makes a huge difference. Yesterday, we really didn't see many times when Lindo or the other bullpen relief guys were calling off the signs from Duran behind the plate. They seemed pretty comfortable what was going on. We've really only saw, 1 or 2 times where he jogged out there to check on what, the pitcher. But I think his play calling tonight will also be a big factor.
I was just going to say the same thing. You weren't really seeing a lot of shaking off or stepping off. It was kind of a really good rhythm, especially with Lindo and Ivanko to start the game. Both of them really flew through it, which were because they were attacking the zone so easily and also because they were on the same page pitching-wise. So we'll see if the same thing happens today with Morales. That'll be a good point to watch through at the start of this one.
We are going to take a short break here at First Energy Stadium. We'll get everything set up, and then we'll be ready for the national anthem shortly as the umpires start to come out of their clubhouse and the players start to head into the dugout. We should have everything set up shortly. So we're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back on the Our-Phils Radio Network.
The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both diehard and casual fans with a summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular game tickets are $29 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Vitans.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Enjoy the ultimate season ticket package with the Riverfront Federal Credit Union VIP Club season membership. Benefits of the VIP Club include a padded seat bottom and back, exclusive entrance which opens 10 minutes early with immediate access to your seats, special tickets with your name and a voucher for a hot dog, soda, and a bag of chips at each game, plus 2 VIP Club pregame cocktail parties each season. What are you waiting for? Join the Riverfront Federal Credit Union Fightin' Phils Season Ticket VIP Club membership today.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Vitans.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. The Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
And thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emily Messina, and alongside Tyler Small, we are presenting you today with Game 2 of the Our-Phils 2021 season against the Erie SeaWolves. They dropped the first one 12-4, but they're looking to get their first win of the season here tonight. The Our-Phils are excited. They're throwing Francisco Morales on the mound. He's the number 4 prospect in the organization. Scouts have said very good things about him, and actually we have a lot of them in the ballpark tonight. You can tell who they are. They walk around with the briefcase, the little radar gun. They got the stat packs. They got the notes. They come into the press box for the lineup. So we see you down there. We see you. And we're hoping Francisco Morales gives them something to show tonight.
And I'm sure he will. I mean, we will have to see. Once again, we'll have to see how long a leash they give him. I'm sure John Williams knows his pitcher and knows the game plan better than anyone. He's not going to let him really all out there, leave it all out on the field just for a couple of scouts out there. It's a long season. It's only game number 2. And I'm sure that he will show what he has in that same, I would guess, 60 to 70 pitch ballpark.
I think it would be something around that. I will say, though, while we knew yesterday that Lindau was going to have that piggyback, whether it was with Garcia or with someone else, Morales is not set to have that piggyback routine tonight. So we might see a little bit longer from him, but you're definitely right. Depending on his pitch count, they're not going to give him a long leash. The Phillies have already said, this is not the time to pitch complete games. This is a time to get your guys back into it, make sure nobody gets injured. Like you said, it's a long season, 120 games this year. You don't want to start it off with an injury in the first week because guys aren't used to throwing, off the mound. You can simulate only so much. So
exactly.
You want to make sure that you go about this the right way and you're in it till the end.
Right, and I think that it comes with a caveat because now more than ever, with there being no playoffs, unfortunately, the regular season is what it is, like an older fashioned style of baseball. Winning the pennant, in a sense, is what your biggest title is. So these games do matter a little bit more, it feels like. But once again, May 5th, no reason to risk the health of one of the top prospects in the organization.
Definitely. There's going to be a lot of good baseball tonight, fans. We are so happy you're joining us here at First Energy Stadium. The ballpark looks fantastic as always. The Arphils are wearing their classic pinstripe uniforms today. They look pretty fresh there with the red caps, and a lot of them have those, their pants cut off and the high socks. So Arphil's got a good look going. Erie's going with those visitor yellows again. Same uniforms as yesterday, gray road pants and the black cap. I can tell you on Thursday, they're going to go with the Copa theme. That is honoring, the Hispanic and Latino culture that is within baseball. And Arphils have a great uniform that they're dropping, the luchadors, black with a bunch of cool colors, and Erie is the same. They're the piñatas, I believe, so pretty cool. I'd like to hear the story behind that, so I'll definitely get that to you before opening day. But I know Reading's luchador uniform is pretty cool. It combines a lot of the history of Reading as well, with the pagoda and with Reading's baseball's long history here. The Arphils have been associated with the Phillies since 1967, but the ballpark has been around for 71 years here as we celebrate the 71st anniversary of America's classic ballpark. So we're going to begin the anthem. We're going to have you listen in, and then we'll be back for the starting lineups.
And now performing tonight live from the T-Mobile stage in Tompkins Bank Plaza, please welcome, under the direction of Brian Mishler, the Reading Symphony Junior String Orchestra, who will perform our national anthem. The Reading Symphony Junior String Orchestra. The pregame fireworks are compliments of International Fireworks. International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Fight Nights. Fans, please welcome the Boy Scouts of America.
Fans, we are back here at First Energy Stadium. I'm Emily Messina on the airwaves here with you, Tyler Small. Tonight's Fan Zone team leaders are brought to you by North Point Bank, Joanna Arias. Here are the leaders in each of the hitting categories. Batting average, Matt Bierling at 750. Let's see how long he can hold that one.
Yeah.
And he also leads in hits with 3 RBIs. A couple guys remain at 1, Gamboa, Guthrie, and Miller. And home runs, all 3 the same with those solo shots yesterday. In the pitching categories, Ethan Avanco, 0.00 ERA yesterday, showcasing some great stuff off the mound. Really, really impressive. Those are tonight's Fan Zone team leaders, brought to you by North Point Bank, Joanna Arias. Looking to buy or refinance a home? Look no further than Joanna Arias. Joanna Arias at North Point Bank strives to bring value to customers by offering client-focused financial products and services. Contact Contact Joanna today at 484-554-9969 or at North Point Bank, conveniently located at 1105 Berkshire Boulevard, Suite 380 in Wyomissing. Thank you to our official Fan Zone Team Leaders partner, North Point Bank, Joanna Arias. And the weather is brought to you by EPAWA Weather Consulting, a source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. 64 degrees here at America's Classic Ballpark. A bit breezy, 14-mile-an-hour winds going from left to right field. EPAWA always has our backs. They told us, put on the tarp last night, you'll need it. And we definitely did during the day, but things have cleared up impressively. And now we are ready to start baseball here at First Energy Stadium. On the mound, Francisco Morales. In the box, we have Riley Green. And here we are for the first pitch. Francisco Morales aims and fires. Green swinging on the first pitch. It goes to Brito at second. Over to Stokes at first. One pitch, one out. Starting it off right.
Don't have to worry about a leash if you can do that 26 more times. Excellent start there, getting the overly aggressive Riley Green.
7:04, a start time here at First Energy Stadium. 1 minute early. How impressive.
Making up for the catastrophic 2 minutes late yesterday, bringing that average closer to 7:05 where we really want to see it at.
You gotta even it out, That'll bring up Kredler, batting .500 for the Erie SeaWolves. He'll take the first pitch. Count 1-0. He'll hit a hard hit fly ball up the third base line, but it is foul as Tatum chases it out with no room left, and the count evens out at 1-1. Lots of fans here at the ballpark on night 2. Got to get that giveaway, which I see a lot of fans are using tonight. Great choice by the Arphils to give that away. And hopefully we can get the same energy we had last night. A chopper off the bat of Kredler onto Gamboa at short. He'll hop it over to Stokes, and 2 away pretty quickly here on, what was that, 4 pitches so far? Pretty impressive.
Very efficient start so far, and you saw in the practice beforehand, before they took BP on the field, a lot of extra reps the infielders were taking, and probably is in expectation for a guy like Morales on the hill. Sinker ball pitcher, throws a lot of off speeds and changeups that get a lot of ground balls induced, and so far 2 for 2 on groundouts.
That'll pick Gonzalez up in the left-handed batter's box, the first lefty that Morales will face tonight. Like you were saying earlier, Tyler, that infield outfield they took today, Williams just having them really take those reps for grounders. You know, sometimes, you know, with the rain and the weather and the wind every time, it gets a little bit tougher for the infielders, but Dirt does such a great job keeping that infield as smooth as possible that you don't usually see too many abnormal hops here at First Energy Stadium. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss there by Gonzalez. 89-mile-an-hour changeup, which is pretty impressive when your fastball's 94 and your changeup's a little bit lower. So lots going on here for Morales. Duran raves about him on how he can knock out these double-A hitters. He's sure of it as he gets Gonzalez to swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 there for your guy, Francisco Morales. I don't think there's anything more that you could have asked for him for his start here in Double-A baseball. We're going to take a short break. Stick around for us for some offense here tonight.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admissions tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade.
The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Bottom half of the first inning in 4 minutes. 4 minutes might be a new record here at the ballpark. 6 pitches just for Morales so far this afternoon. 1, 2, 3 inning as he records his first strikeout of Double-A baseball. Pretty impressive start here for the R-Phils. Looks like we got a little wind shift. It's coming in from center field to home, and it's going out from left to right, changing every so often. So interesting to see how that plays into the game as we talked about. Leading things off for the Fightins is going to be Gamboa. Last night, he recorded a home run, batting .333 now, and secured that RBI. He also had 2 walks to his name, and we were just talking about how patient he looks at the plate now. So mature, really, from the last time he played here at First Energy Stadium, a world of a difference, and I find it really impressive. Must have done a lot of work in the off season.
Yeah, you can tell his mentality has changed. He came into this season ready to be the guy, you know, with so much uncertainty with position players and up and down and nobody knowing where they'd break camp in 2021. He knew he would have a position somewhere, and he knew he'd do a good job when he got there.
Fouls off the first pitch right into the dugout of the Erie SeaWolves. Just tapped the bat on that, 92 miles an hour from Pedro Payano. Payano goes inside this time. 95 miles an hour on the radar gun there. We got out in center field. Payano setting up on the first base side of the rubber. The righty sets, kicks, fires, swung on by Gamboa, fouling it off again into the left field grandstand over there. Quite a few fans in that area. That foul ball was presented by Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Don't be a weasel. Visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. It's probably my favorite ad read.
That's a fun one.
That's a good one.
Fun one. Payano, as we mentioned earlier, got 22 innings pitched in the major league level through the Texas Rangers organization. Really went through a lot of traveling while he was there. Played in Double-A, Triple-A, and the MLB, pitching a collective 110 innings pitched.
Gamboa will check swing, and Jacindo over down at third checks in with Jimenez, who rotated from the home plate umpire to the third base umpire last night, and he says no. Gamboa did not go around, so he stays alive here. Full count. Full count. Another foul ball, ball to Gamboa. Just missed the glove of Centeno. And that is a R-Phils walk. And just once again, works his way into a full count and is patient enough to wait out 2 pitches on the outside corner and gets his way to first. That is what you were looking for from a leadoff hitter.
We just talked about and gave praise to Francisco Morales, who had an 8-pitch inning. Gamboa comes into the dish and he takes a 6th pitch at bat. So that is just a huge difference right there. Still has to record 3 outs. It has a long way to go.
Daniel Brito heading into that lefty batter's box. Those middle infielders on the outfield grass edge, or just shy of it, I should say. Payano looking backwards at Gamboa on first, and Brito takes a pitch right down the middle for a strike. Now right-hander Pedro Payano, he's got his back to first, and he seems like one of those guys so far that really paying attention to Gamboa. A hard hit ball by Brito. They'll go 4-6-3 double play. If you're scoring that, that goes to the second baseman over to short and on to first as Brito grounds into a double play. And the inning has now changed in favor of Bayano.
I almost stopped myself when I mentioned that it was going to be a long trip to get through this inning, because now that is the third ground ball double play that the R-Phils have hit into this short season so far. It's a very difficult thing. There are a lot of teams out there at the major league level that talk about getting a low ground ball percentage hitter at that top of the order to bring an end to an inning like this, and that's a prime example of somebody you wouldn't want.
That'll bring up Vierling. He had the most hits of the night last night, 3. He had 1 double and 2 singles. Pretty impressive. R-Phil's press box was debating him as the MVP of last night's loss, if there is such a thing. It was between him and Gamboa. A hard hit ball to third base. Fielding it is Gonzalez. And across the diamond, that ball goes to retire Matt Vierling. Well, somehow became 3 up, 3 down in a way, and the score remains 0-0 as we head into the second. We're going to take a short break. Stick around.
For the Fightin', visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightin's in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightin's team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
I'm Emily Messina alongside Tyler Small. We're heading into the second inning where the score is 0-0. Both pitchers had a stellar start. Morales got the Erie SeaWolves to go down 1-2-3. Let's see if he can keep that up here as we're starting off with the number 4 hitter in the SeaWolves lineup in the form of Drew Award, who notched his first hit of the season yesterday, batting 200.
19 combined pitches between the two batters in the first inning. That's as efficient as it gets right there. So we'll see if they can carry it through the remaining innings they have on their day.
Pretty much same fielding positions as last night. Tatum over in left, Vierling in center, Kroon at right, Guthrie at third, Gamboa short, Brito at second, and Stokes over at first. Your battery, Rodolfo Duran behind the plate, and obviously Francisco Morales throwing some heaters now.
Yeah, we'll see if the R-Phils can clean it up a little bit defensively, trying to knock off some of the cobwebs. Kroon out in right field, as could been reported as playing a really good center field in spring training. We'll look to bring that to the right side, which is a completely different position. So we will see him make the adjustments today.
That's something, you and I have both talked about, is just the fact that when you're not an everyday outfielder, positions like right and left are a little bit harder to maintain than if you're playing out in center. The range is just, they're different positions. Even though they're all out there in the outfield, the range that you have to have is different, especially, at this ballpark when you're in right, a lot of balls are going to be coming over there. And while Kroon has had the experience at center, less so over at right, so this will be a good time for him to kind of make that mark here for the R-Phils and get that starting right fielder job. Full count now to Drew Ward as Morales works himself back in to the count after giving up 2 balls consecutively. And this is the longest at bat so far we've seen from Morales.
Hard as he's throwing too, 97 miles an hour on that last one.
Here's the kick fire right down the middle, and Drew Ward knows he just got rung up by Jasinski behind the plate. He flips his bat in anger. And Morales gets himself the strikeout, number 2 of the afternoon.
The first baseman, number 17.
Well, backdoor breaking ball there. Like you said, it did catch a lot of the plate. Maybe Ward was unsure if it were high enough, got the knees. Definitely got the call there and just beside himself. Nothing he could really do with a good pitch like that.
John Lester now will head into the lefty batter's box. Morales throwing a first pitch ball. See how he settles in here. The kick and the fire low again. Duran trying to frame that one, but just, unable to come up with the call at the knees.
Morales really been working the fastball on the outer half today. Most likely what you were talking about earlier with that shorter field fence and distance. With a lot of lefty bats coming up, trying to force them to hit it the other way.
Swung on by Lester, popping it up. It's going to go outside of the field of play into the stands. We'll see if we got a fan to catch it. And no, it bounces outside of the ballpark. So somebody will get that on their way out.
Oh, yeah. If they don't, I will.
There you go. Take yourself home a souvenir. 2-1 the count here to Lester. Here's the pitch by Morales inside for a ball. I find it very interesting the way Morales starts his windup. He's pretty much facing straight at home plate before he's ready. Picks his hands up over his head, puts his hands back down, makes the adjustment with his grip. Then he turns sideways. He takes a small step and then a big step with the kick and the fire, and he will walk Lester down. He did not get the call on the check swing there from Emil Jimenez this time that he did that before. So first base runner of the afternoon for the Erie SeaWolves, and the first walk given up here by Morales. We'll see if he can rein it in. Maybe the Arphils can get one of those double plays of their own.
We're going to have the stretch for the first time today, but you're right. He really has a intimidating look there in the windup. All 6'4", 185 of him coming right at you.
Foul ball into the netting behind home plate. I personally find it tough to believe that he's only 185.
That's what I was going to say.
I know I bet that information is not updated, because when I was talking to Lindo yesterday, I think they have him listed as 180, and he was telling me he's 200 now.
Right.
So 185 on a 6'4" guy, I mean,
that's tough to manage.
That's not what we're looking at here. This guy's got too much power behind him.
I agree.
Here's the pitch way inside as Jacob Robinson has to back his way out of the plate. Not really a lead being taken by John Lester over at first. We see Stokes kind of holding him on there, and while Morales has his back to him, he's really not focusing on that. He's focusing on the batter, which is what we like to see as the pitch is in the dirt. Blocked by Duran. Going over and making the tag is Archimedes Gamboa. Duran made a fantastic throw as Lester was on the run, and Gamboa just at the right place at the right time. Duran threw that just to the right of second base, and that was as beautiful a play as I've ever seen.
That's great right there. Hard spiked sinker, 95 in the dirt. The only bad part of it is Duran really caught that one off the side. Didn't look like it got the padding, which made it pretty much die right at his feet, but able to bend over, fire a hard throw into second base, and the tag applied by Gamboa.
And Lester did just not get a hop off of first. Like, he wasn't going on that pitch. It was just almost like he just decided, I guess I'll take this one, and luckily the Arphils players were ready for it. Swing and a miss there by Centeno, by Robson, and that is the third strikeout by Morales of the afternoon. So nothing across here again for the SeaWolves. in a great spot here, putting up a donut by Morales. We're going to take a short break. Stick around here on the Arfield Radio Network.
Me with Tompkins, keeping your money to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the Arfil's players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Fans, you have got to get yourselves out here to First Energy Stadium if you can. What we just witnessed on the field, pure magic. The Arfil's crazy hot dog vendor and his ostrich Rodrigo out there on the field prancing around, throwing hot dogs to fans in the stands. You don't want to miss something like that. You want to be in the stands and catching that live.
And as Duran starts to walk over into the batter's box, I'm sure he sees the crazy hot dog vendor going around throwing some darts into the deeper parts of this park and realizes that might have been his throw might have been the second best throw of the afternoon.
Oh my gosh, Williams looking to recruit.
There were a couple of good
there.
hot dog tosses into the stands there.
Here's Rodolfo Duran, the number 19 prospect for the Fightin' Phils. He's hitting cleanup for the second day in a row, still looking to record his first hit.
Having a catcher in the cleanup spot is always interesting.
He'll pop that one up outside of the field of play there. Yeah, definitely an interesting choice, but you know, Sean Williams thinks he has it in him, and that's why he's ranked so highly in the system.
Oh, you're 100% right. The highest position player on this roster in terms of ranked in the system, and just to have that aspect where so many teams are just willing to take the loss as this one is fouled straight back, the loss offensively out of your catcher position, willing to have him take the hit, be a sub 200 batter, maybe float around league average as a hitter for the blocking capabilities, the ability to call a good game, and just because there's so little offensive threats. I mean, Phillies are blessed with JT Realmuto, but Duran could be another type of player like that.
They've got great catching prospects in their system, and I think while they do have Realmuto up there and they've got him on a 4-year deal, Duran is young enough where he can now take the time to really develop in the minor leagues, because you know there's no reason to rush him there with JT Realmuto, but once that time comes, he will have had experience and be prepared for time in the majors. He'll foul that one again back into the seeds. Arfil's really working the pitch count here with Payano.
Yeah, trying to make up for the double play that they hit into, working these long at-bats, waiting for a mistake. Really haven't had one yet out of Payano, so we will see if he serves one up for Durant.
Bottom of the second here, scoreless at First Energy Stadium. Payano throwing his 17th pitch here. It's on the outside corner for a ball. The count evening 2-2. Morales sitting at just 24 pitches, 13 of them strikes through 2. So I would say, you know, while we said short lease, I don't think that's short.
Yes. No, I would expect him out for the third. Nobody warming up in the pen. Been a great first 2 innings for him.
Here's the 2-2, a chopper off the bat of Duran. Fielding it is Kredler, firing to first, and he's there. But I would say quick feed on that by Duran. It was a pretty close play over at first, especially for a catcher. Usually, you know, they have knee troubles and can't get down the line as much.
Yeah, he really flew down the line there. Kind of got out front of that changeup. rolled over. That was his problem yesterday as well. So just trying to get a right back, a little click off right now. So we will see next at-bat approach, but hustling down the line, it's always a good thing to see.
That will bring up McCarthy Tatum here, stepping into that righty batter's box. Takes a first pitch ball at the knees. Just checking in with those big fills. Score is 5-0 over the Brewers' Didi Gregorius grand slam in the bottom of the first. So talk about a way to start things off. They got an offensive show here. We got a pitching expert on the mound right now.
Best of both worlds. Phillies benefiting from a 5-run early inning yesterday too. Nearly lost it due to a scorecard
Oh my
mishap.
gosh, I can't even believe that.
Unbelievable there. The Phillies just know how to give their fans heartaches.
Oh my gosh. You know what I heard too? As Tatum takes a pitch at the knees, count well 1 and 2. I heard that the Phillies higher-ups organization called all the minor league systems after that, and they just reminded their managers oh so gently, don't forget anyone on the scorecard.
Yep. The umpire's scorecard is the most important.
Chopper off the bat of McCarthy into the glove of Gonzalez. He'll pick it up, send it to first, out number 2. Looked like he had a tough grip on that over there, Gonzalez. He kind of double gripped it before he threw, but a hard enough across the diamond in time to get McCarthy.
Yeah, taking the time there because that was rather hard hit. Just a one-hopper, a low hopper down to the hot corner, but having a little bit of time, a couple of pumps just to make sure he had a good grip to get it across and was able to do so.
Here's Madison Stokes, still looking for his first hit of the 2021 season. He graduated from the University of South Carolina. Go Gamecocks, my brother goes there. If you're a Gamecocks fan, feel free to chime in the comments. If you're not, feel free to chime in too. Tell us where you're listening from this afternoon. We'd love to know where you are, but we're in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're witnessing a great baseball game here. 0-0 the score in the bottom of the second inning. Stokes taking a strike, making it 0-2. Payano settling in now. And the wind picking up here at First Energy Stadium.
Gamecocks must have loved him when he was there. 4-year player, 144 hits for a lifetime average in the NCAA at 271.
Finished his senior season batting .322 over there with 11 home runs, 44 RBIs. So once he can get back into that here, he's bound to be, a great offensive threat with the Art Phils.
We saw it in 2018 with him, just 1 point below, batting .300 through 4 teams. As he punches that one foul. He played rookie ball, single A, low A, just moving all around, which is always such a difficult thing to do.
Remember, no bat boys this afternoon with the COVID rules. We don't want any extra people around the players. So some of the players are playing bat boy tonight, and we haven't heard any complaints from that. I think the relief guys who aren't pitching that night like that job. As that comes foul off the bat of Stokes, camping under it is Centeno. He'll make the catch in foul territory behind the home plate to retire the side. 0-0 as we head into the third. We're going to take a short break here.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Welcome back to First Energy Stadium, 0-0 as we head into the third inning. Great pitching duel here at First Energy Stadium. 24 pitches for Morales, 13 strikes, 27 pitches for Payano, 17 strikes through 2. I would say this is a pitcher's duel right about now.
Right in the midst of it, and unfortunately we're getting it so early, so they might not get to go as long as they might like when they're dealing as well as they are today. So we'll see how both of them finish out the first half of the order before they come around for a second time after seeing them, see what they got so far. But it's been fun to watch so far.
Fans, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Emily Messina alongside Tyler Small. I know we got some listening in surrounding areas in Pennsylvania, Birdsboro, and Lancaster. And we've got somebody listening on their work at Second Shift, Ben Amoroso. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope we can get you through the rest of your evening, afternoon, late night over at your job. First pitch strike sent to Centino. He's the only one who was in the starting lineup yesterday that's in it today, still looking for his first hit of the series. And we're looking for the first hit of the game.
Yeah, both sides. Just the lone base runner on the walk earlier for both sides. So we'll see who is able to crack through first.
Umpire requesting a new ball. Steve Jasinski gets one from the Arphils dugout, and now we're set to go. Morales sending one in the dirt. Looked like a swing and a miss there, and he will get Centeno on the strike call. Duran is able to pick it up and tag him, and Centeno just unhappy about the way that panned out.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Finishes him off with a dirty breaking ball, falling out of the zone, unable to hold the hands back for the third strikeout of the day for Morales. Fourth.
Kerry Carpenter seeing his first at-bat of the 2021 season. He's coming in left field today, and he's stepping into that lefty batter's box. Pitch comes in just a little low, 1-0 to Carpenter.
Carpenter, this is his second year of professional ball, first year in 2019 after graduating from Virginia Tech, Played throughout rookie ball in low A, finishing off with a .303 batting average, .579 slugging in 47 games.
Here's the 2-0 from Morales. Big swing and a miss there. 96 mile an hour on the gun. And you see fans pointing that out there, kind of in disbelief there. Hope the scouts were watching that one. Huge swing and a miss there for a strike. Count now 2-1. Arfield's infield back deep on that outfield grass edge. Here's the kick. He fires right down the middle, but just low for a ball. Fans that thought that was a strike. We got some clapping in the ballparks and then a couple of boos there. Morales once again setting up. 3-1. Just outside, checking his swing is Carpenter. He does not go, so he will take his way down the first. 2 walks now here for Morales as we get to the number 9 hitter in Cole Peterson. Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria has been serving Berks County with authentic Italian dishes since its grand opening in April 1997. Mimo's newly renovated space allows for each dining area to have a unique and pleasant atmosphere. With a wide selection of homemade dishes, you'll be sure to find appetizing meals for everyone. Visit mimos.org for more information. Mimo's, a proud 2021 Fight and Phil's team feed partner. And Tyler and I can attest to how great Mimo's food is. We actually had it here before the ball game as they are a part of our team feed program. And I thought the chicken parm was delicious, and that's coming from a very staunch chicken parm fan.
You could say that for me too. Excellent there. They had a very good penny vodka in there to go along with it. And some really great rolls, actually. It's tough to find a good roll around here sometimes, but
you never know, as Peterson shows signs of bunt there, but doesn't take his way around, and the count now 2-0 from Morales. he kind of steps off the mound now, readjusting. This is the first time we've seen him, a little bit rattled here. He's got one base runner and one out here in the top of the third inning. The first time we've seen him kind of step off the mound and shake it off a little bit. He'll go over to first, trying to catch the runner, who's Kerry Carpenter over there.
Yeah, giving Kerry Carpenter a couple of looks over their second pickoff attempt. Not necessarily worried about the running game, but more just trying to get back into rhythm, clear his head, worry about the next pitch.
He'll swing on that. It'll go right up the middle into the outfield, fielded by Vierling. And just going over one base is Carpenter, so a hard hit single up the middle for Peterson. Morales trying to snag that one, but was just unable to get over as it came off the bat so strong and trickled into the outfield. 2 on here with only 1 out, and that'll bring us back to the top of the SeaWolves order with Green.
That was a frozen rope right up the middle, just past Gamboa. Not even enough time to take a couple of steps and try and dive for it. True single up the middle, and now the first traffic on the base paths that either side has had to deal with today.
Tiny bit of a jam here for Morales. Green grounded out to short in his first at-bat. This would be a great time for a double play as Morales induces a big swing and a miss with his changeup there. Morales 4 strikeouts so far on the afternoon. Sun is starting to set here at First Energy Stadium. Clouds in the sky is leading to a beautiful sunset over First Energy Stadium. Ball's in the dirt there, a nice block by Duran behind the plate. He's got that really great down to one knee motion where he kicks out his left leg to block. And it serves him well as he's able to block those balls that get in the dirt when these guys have these nasty sliders and balls that break right over the plate. Here's the 1-1 from Morales. Popped it up, foul territory going outside of the stadium. Foul ball presented by Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud. Visit Don't Be a Weasel today.
A little bit of traffic here. We'll see. This is a great test early for him in the season. Runners in scoring position. Just trying to keep the ball right now in the infield. Use that sinker ball that you have such talent with as this one gets blocked by Duran. Nice play there in front to keep it alive.
Checking in with the rest of the AA Northeast. Yesterday the wins went to Hartford, New Hampshire, and Somerset. Akron, Bowie, and of course Erie. Everyone's only played one game. I know Portland was rained out tonight, so they'll be playing a doubleheader on Thursday. But the rest of the games are going on right now in the newly named AA Northeast. Chopper off the bat, foul up the first baseline into the R-Phil's bullpen, and they make the play over there. Some of those guys get kind of excited. They're sitting there. It's a little bit cold today. They're not really moving. They're trying to stay loose, trying to stay warm. So they have a little bit of fun with it over there. Runners on first in the form of Peterson and Kerry Carpenter over at second. One away in the top of the third, 0-0 the score. As Morales tries to get himself out of a jam here early on. He looks back at Carpenter at second. Now he'll fire home in the dirt, blocked again by Duran, who pops up and makes sure that Carpenter is not going anywhere.
Clearly they are respecting Riley Green here in this at-bat. Do have a place to put him. It would load the bases with one away, however, would take that risk, I think, and put him on 4 balls as opposed to give him something to drive, which Green has shown the ability to do so far this young season.
Here's the full count pitch. Low outside, and he will give up that walk to Green. The runners will advance on over, and now bases loaded here with Ryan Kredler up at the plate. First jam for Morales. Going out is pitching coach Brad Bergeson, local guy from York. Pitchers really seem to get along with him and really appreciate all he brings to the table.
Yeah, I don't think that this is necessarily a trying to calm down your young pitcher figure out what's wrong, because mechanically nothing seemed to be out of sorts. Just trying to make the perfect pitch there. The ball 4 that he just missed the outer half on a hard sinker, 3-2. I think he's fine with that pitch. I think this is more a scouting report for Kredler, who has been really swinging a good bat, arguably just as good as Green to start this season.
Yeah, the top guys in the lineup for the SeaWolves were pretty impressive yesterday. Green batting 400 coming into today. Kredler batting 500, both of them 2 hits yesterday, and Kredler with a double. So if something like that were to present itself right now, that would definitely lead to some run scoring for the SeaWolves. Morales still working on refining his skills. He's trying to pick up, a third pitch. He's really got that fastball and slider down, but he's got to work on adding something else to his repertoire now that we're getting into, the second go-around through this lineup. Hitters start to pick things up. The first pitch coming in just low again for a ball.
Yeah, and that's what comes with you're going to stay as a starter. He prefers to be a starter, and he has a lights-out curveball, which is his best pitch, ranked on a 70 on the scouting report, 65 fastball, but the changeup down at 45, trying to make that his third pitch.
Count now 1-1 as Kredler fouls off a ball behind the plate. Just dribbles behind the plate. Lehigh Valley's game going on. They lead 2-0 top of the second. They scored those runs in the bottom half of the first, and they won last night, so they are 1-0 heading into today. Spencer Howard on the mound for Lehigh Valley. Bases full of SeaWolves here as Morales tries to get out of a jam. The 1-1 count. Morales working slower now as he's pitching out of the stretch. It's outside again. Duran sliding over for it and able to stop the ball. Definitely lost his rhythm here as the pace has slowed down so much. And we do have our pace clock operator, working that up in center field, and we could see, that he only has a handful of seconds, 15 seconds to set up his windup, and then once he began, the clock turned off. And at the beginning, he still had 10 seconds to go as Kredler pops that one up in foul territory. Going over is Stokes, but camping under it is going to be the second baseman in Brito, and he's going to almost trip over the right fielder, Kroon, but he caught him off at the last second. Really tracking that ball where all 3 of those fielders, with the wind pushing that way so much, it's really hard to call. And I'm glad the Artfills were able to work this out, because yesterday when that similar play happened with, them, Kroon ended up dropping the ball. There was kind of a miscommunication. So today that play worked out really well, and it worked out in foul territory, so none of the runners were able to advance. Different ball game here now as there's 2 outs for Morales here in the top of the third and nothing across, so he could really stop the damage in his tracks here.
A little surprised Carpenter didn't try and tag there. Tough play, especially with the infielder, and Brito making the play as the first pitch misses for a ball.
Right, because Brito and Stokes were out there, so it's not as like, your only cutoff man then becomes Morales.
Only becomes Morales, and also your momentum going towards the bullpen out in the right corner of the outfield. Tough throw. He got the throw in just to get the ball into the infield, but if there was a tag, I'm not sure if that would have been a play the Phils would have liked their chances in.
Pitch comes in low, and he grazes the knees. A strike. The count now 1-2, getting the call from home plate umpire Steve Jasinski. And that's what we like to see from Morales. 3-0 the score. Hudson Valley leading Jersey Shore. That's the High A affiliate for the Reading Fightin' Phils. Bryson Stott playing over there. He had a heck of a day yesterday, and we'll give you updates on how he's doing over there. One of the top prospects in the Phillies organization. The pitch comes in low for a ball. The count 2-1. 0-0 the score here in the top of the third. Bases loaded with Erie SeaWolves. First issuing a walk to Carpenter, a single to Peterson, and another walk to Green to load the bases. And hopefully Morales is able to get out of this, as he's gotten out of every other inning smoothly. This is really the first jam that he has come across.
John Williams said something great in the post-game press conference yesterday, where he said he almost prefers guys to see a little bit of a lack of success or to struggle a little bit Morales still no runs across so far, knocking on wood, but you can see more from this and how he handles this sort of situation than a 1-2-3 inning.
Exactly. This is the time to see that failure and learn how to bounce back from it as he induces a swing and a miss there and makes the count 2-2. The sun is setting over First Energy Stadium. Beautiful sunset happening right now. Almost looks like the sky, you know, a little bit angelic peeking through the clouds. And we'll see if the sun shines down here on Morales as the bases are loaded. 2 outs, the count now 2-2. And just seeing if he can make something happen and shut down the SeaWolves. Here's the pitch. Fouled it off, just dribbling outside of the first base path. Duran just not able to come up with it, unfortunately. And really fighting for his life here is Gonzalez.
Really good pitch there. Hard sinker on the inner half. Just able to get the handle on it is Gonzalez. Good emergency swing there to stay alive, trying to avoid his second strikeout of the day.
SeaWolves taking their leads on first, second, and third. 2 away here at First Energy Stadium. Here's the pitch, a chopper up to first base. It's going to sneak through the gap. A diving Brito, unable to come up with it. Fielding it is Kroon, fired it in, but not before 2 runs score. A single off the bat of Gonzalez makes this ball game 2-0 here in the top of the third. That was just a quiet hit that just barely escaped Brito over at second, and just nothing he could do about it. I mean, just right through the gap.
That was a single with eyes right there, Emily. Just nothing the defense could do. I think with a bases loaded situation, even if the shift was on, they wouldn't have had it there because that's just pretty much giving up the left side of the infield. So we're going to get a mound conference here. But, yeah, just everything Brito could do, he did. Diving effort, unable to corral it or even get a glove on it for that matter, and a good throw in from Kroon, but just as solid of a 2-out, 2 RBI single as they come from Gonzalez.
Manager Sean William heads to the mound, and they are going to take the ball away from Morales. His day is done. We're getting someone coming from the bullpen. We're going to take a short break. Pitching change for you here on the Artphil's Radio Network.
Unlike other area, this dugout's closest seat and field, feet away first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages. For the first time ever, the Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit rphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your FlexBank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit rphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the FlexBank ticket packages and all the exciting ways you can get tickets to a First Energy Stadium game.
We are stuck in the top of the third inning as the Artphils have given up 2 runs here, the first 2 of the evening. 2 away here. The Fightin' Phils are trying to get out of this inning without any more damage. They'll take the ball away from Francisco Morales and hand it over to Joel Cesar, the 25-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. He got the trade from Pittsburgh back in 2020, so this will be his first appearance in the Philadelphia organization's system. Sean Williams likes the experience that he has and his repertoire and what he brings to the table. So calling in Joel Cesar from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen, and he is set to face Drew Ward, the cleanup hitter, with runners on the corner here, and try to get out of this for Francisco Morales as he throws 94 miles an hour right at the knees. Just unable to come up with the strike call. Big lead being taken over there by Green.
Cesar really has a quick motion of his arm, like a whip action that comes out of it. Really gives it an effect that it's coming in hard, and 94 absolutely is.
Right over the shoulder, straight up, straight down there.
Cesar had a good year between Double A and High A back in 2019, 3.02 ERA, faced over 200 batters, able to maintain a low ERA, especially coming back and forth. High A under 1 on the ERA.
Sends that one over to first just to check on Green there. A little bit of a shift going on here for the Fightin' Phils. We've got Gamboa directly behind second, and we've got Brito playing deeper in second base as the pitch comes in the dirt. Duran coming up with it, and nobody's able to move. 3-0 the count from Joel Cesar, and if these runs come in, they will be at the helm of Morales. We can't give you that final stat line until the inning is up. We'll fill you in that on the next half. 2-0 the score. The SeaWolves score 2 off the bat of Gonzalez. Excuse me, off the bat of, no, that was Gonzalez that had that single, and he will walk Drew Ward. So bases are loaded once again for the SeaWolves, and that will bring up John Lester, who walked in his first at bat, batting .333 on the year with 1 hit yesterday.
Yeah, tough ask for Cesar's first appearance in over 2 years to come in with 2 inherited runners in a rather crucial at top of the 3rd inning. How crucial can it be? But I mean, this is make or break right here. Coming into it with the momentum, getting this final out only down 2, as opposed to obviously what it could become. Certainly something that could change the outlook of this game for the Phils.
Gets his first strike call from Dzinski back there. Hopefully that will turn things around here for Cesar. Leaning over, getting the sign from Duran. Pitch comes in low and called a strike at the knees. 0-2 the count from Joel Cesar. Can he get out of this without any more damage? Bases loaded for the SeaWolves. Wind is pushing from left to right. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. 2-0 the score in favor of Erie. And Joel Cesar looking to make things happen and shut down the SeaWolves. Pitches in the dirt. Great, fantastic block there by Duran as he shuffles over on his knees. Not letting that one get by him.
That's a slide block right there if I've ever seen one. I mean, a hard spiked fastball in a 2-strike count with a runner on 3rd. Just the ability to push off with the left leg, stay up in almost an infielder's position, but still block it with the body and trap it perfectly underneath your feet. That is textbook there from Duran.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Cesar. Off the bat of Lester, going back at the wall is Tatum. It is a grand slam from John Lester into the left field picnic area. And Cesar just not able to get the job done here as the SeaWolves take a 6-0 lead in a heck of the top of the 3rd.
Oppo Taco goes Josh Lester for his first of the young season. Just pure power there. Power on power, I should say. The fastball in the zone, serving it the other way. Wall scraper shot right into the left center area in front of our video board. And it's going to be split both ways, obviously. Cesar's going to apologize to Morales, who now has 4 earned runs on the day. His line is closed, but also Cesar picking up 2 earned runs without an out yet is going to inflate the ERA a little bit.
Pitches in the dirt to Robson. Count now 1-0.
It's a similar thing yesterday. The Phils just couldn't avoid the big inning. It was a close game in between, but just that 1-4 spot that was put up from the SeaWolves really made a difference. Now a 6 spot here completely changes the game.
Pitch in the dirt from Cesar, and it looks like we've got some stretching going on down in the Phils bullpen once again. I believe Sean Williams will probably let Cesar try to get himself out of this. 2 away here in the top of the 3rd, 6-0 in favor of the SeaWolves. Pitch coming in low inside, and the count is quickly 3-0. Not what you're looking for out of the Phillies bullpen here to clean up Morales. But he'll finally get a strike call from Cesar, and the count now 3-1. Phillies infield playing deep on that outfield grass edge. Outfield playing deep as well, just a couple of steps from the warning track. He'll get the call in the outside corner, and quickly Cesar working his way back into this at-bat, not letting things go just yet. Here is the full count pitch as Cesar leans over, gets the call from Duran behind the plate, setting up on that first base side of the rubber. Here's the kick, fires just on the outside corner and does not get the call from Jasinski.
Back-to-back nights that the Erie SeaWolves are able to bat around the order in an inning. Capitalized by the Lester home run, his 39th in the Erie SeaWolves program, or team, but amongst the Tigers organization, I should say. And that's probably one of the most memorable. He only has one other grand slam in his career.
Going on contact is Robson, but Centeno fouls that into the Phil's dugout, and he has to go back. I have not checked the box score from all of the other games around the Northeast League, but I probably have to venture to say that was the first AA Grand Slam of the season.
That's probably a safe bet right there. I mean,
nobody quote me on that if you're listening to this. Nobody quote me. Off the record.
It's a safe bet.
I feel like it's safe to say.
I would say.
If I could gamble on baseball, that's what I would say.
And that's the thing with, you would assume it comes from this team too. I mean, the Tigers program has a lot of depth in their prospects. They've been building up from the inside out for a while now. A great coaching staff up and down that has been able to train bats like this, that are able to piece together veteran innings like this to kind of separate themselves earlier rather than later on the road.
And that's why the SeaWolves brought in veteran manager Arnie Baylor, who has coached in the big leagues as well, and he's just helping these AA guys get ready for upper levels. It's really, there is a well noted difference between pitching in A ball and pitching and hitting in AA ball. 2-1 the count now to Centeno. Robson over on first. We know he's going on contact. There he goes. High fly ball from Centeno, but it is foul. And once again, Robson having to jog all the way back to first base. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international business bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchanting.com. Chopper off the bat there of Centeno, fielding at Gamboa, and he will step on second for that force out to get Robson. Not before a grand slam off the bat of John Lester puts up the SeaWolves 6-0 as we head into the bottom of the third. Stick around because you're going to want to be here when the RFLs go to come back.
From the position in the field than Joe and Son. Here, Mascaro provides a calling and recycle home or make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Patanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
First Energy Stadium. I'd like to thank our game sponsors, Penn State Health, St. Joseph's, Feasers, Carpenters, the Pennsylvania Chiver Charter School, and Burke's Packing for their Wednesday Family Fun Night. And during the break, I did get a little tap from our producer, Evan, and he corrected me that it is Josh, not John Lester, so I apologize if the Lester family here is listening. Totally my bad, and will not be making that mistake for Josh ever again. John Lester is John Lester. No, you weren't being rude. Don't worry. I could see your comments. I appreciate it. I don't want to go saying the wrong name. So I thank you for your help here on the broadcast. As we get back into it, the R-Phils look to get underway, get some offense going. And we are ready to start here as Pedro Payano pitches to Dalton Guthrie. Kicks and fires right down the middle for a strike. Now they count 3-1 to Guthrie. Payano's still going strong here. Get to that final line on Morales now if you're keeping track at home. 2.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 4 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 balls, and 4 strikeouts for a total of 52 pitches. Guthrie will get walked down to first. And so our Phils have a base runner here in the bottom part of the 3rd inning, exactly how they were hoping to start off the inning. That will bring up Kroon, the right fielder for the Fightin' Phils, his first at-bat of the game. Settling to that righty batter's box, Guthrie taking a lead. He's taken quite a couple slides over towards second as strike comes into Kroon, 0-2. Kroon, very interestingly, was drafted 3 times before he decided to come play pro ball. He wanted to play at college, and he wanted to play college so bad he actually played at 3 different colleges. He was waiting for his opportunity. A chopper off the bat of Kroon goes to third base. Picking it up is Gonzalez, running in, making the snag, and firing it over to first for the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That will push Guthrie over to second.
I always thought that is such one of the most difficult decisions you can make at such a young age, to either try and go for your dreams right away, not sure if you are going to get another chance to play for any professional team, even if you think that you can improve your draft stock by playing in college and playing well.
And it turns out he did improve his draft stock. I think he was down in the 30s early on and moved up into the 18th round pick. So definitely improved his stock there. Swing and a foul ball off the bat of the designated hitter, Miller.
And the interesting part for him is not only did he bet on himself to go to college instead of going professional, but also he played at Oregon, didn't see the success or the playing time that he would have necessarily liked. Instead, goes down to Oklahoma State, and that's where he really shines. Bumped up his batting average from 184 to 300.
0-2 count now to Miller. Miller had that solo shot yesterday. Looking to capitalize now with a runner on second in the form of Guthrie. Six nothing the score in favor of Erie as the pitch comes in. Swing and a miss by Miller, and he will go down on an 84-mile-an-hour changeup from Payano.
Payano still dialed in here after a long break, especially considering how quick the tempo was throughout the first two innings. So to be able to go back out there and throw as hard as you were beforehand, certainly difficult, but he's been able to get right back into groove.
Now Gamboa, the top of the order for the Fightin' Phils. Guthrie taking the lead off second. Here's the pitch from Payano coming in on the inside. A little bit of chin music there for the Fightins.
Speaking of music, the Reading Symphony, I believe the name was.
Oh yeah, we had an orchestra early on that played
me.
the national anthem for us in our plaza area. And beautiful,
Just beautiful
rendition.
Yeah.
I think I can pull up for you guys exactly who that was. Reading Symphony Junior String Orchestra. So you're right. Oh, both symphony and orchestra.
Okay, so we were both right.
Yeah. That was our pregame community showcase with the Reading Symphony Junior String Orchestra String Tree. Pretty impressive stuff from them. You should definitely check them out. And great rendition of the national anthem for the Fightin' Phils. Gamboa started us off yesterday with a solo home run. Pitch comes inside. Count now 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Our Phils looking to put something on the board here. Got to start catching their way up to the SeaWolves, who are winning 6-0.
The only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, and just chipping away now a 2-out RBI single is the exact recipe just to get the wheels rolling, get some energy back in the stadium.
Thank you to all of our fans listening near and far, any parents, grandparents of the players out there. Thanks so much for joining us. We're happy to provide you of content and coverage for your players and all of the fans around the Northeast League. Thank you so much. I'm Emily Messina, Tyler Small with me. Here we are in the bottom of the third inning. Our Phils are trailing 6-0 two-way here, but they've got a runner on second, and Archimedes Gamboa in the batter's box. Here's the 2-2. Strike three call from Jacinda Ski behind the plate, and Gamboa is out there arguing the call. He is unhappy with that. He's standing there just looking completely perplexed, but eventually heading back into the dugout as he'll get ready to take the field here in the top of the fourth. We're going to take a short break here on the Radio Phillies Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Congratulations. Here's some sports tickets to come back to another game.
We welcome you back now to the top of the fourth inning, 6-0 our score. Tyler Small here with you, Emily Messina just stepping out for just a moment. Once again, don't worry, she'll be back, as coming back out for his second inning of work, Joel Cesar, who did not have the ability to get it done to start, giving up 2 earned runs for him, 4 overall, after allowing the walk, then the grand slam to the other way before getting Jacob Robson to pop out to capitalize on a 6-0 inning. So giving 4 earned runs to Morales, who had a great start beforehand, 6 up, 6 down, as he was able to get the benefit of 3 strikeouts and a caught stealing on the only base runner he allowed. And then the wheels fell off in the third, as now the Arphils are looking to catch back up as Gamboa was punched out on a backwards K to end the bottom of the third. First pitch is a hard ground ball to the right side, blocked by Stokes, sliding throw on over to the pitcher covering first, and wild, as that play was crazy from the start. Definitely going to be scored a single as Centeno picks up his first knock of the season, if it is in fact a single. But a hard ground ball to the right side, blocking stop by Stokes, throws it over to Cesar, who is covering first base. Emily said it perfectly as she walked back in. What a mess. It's just hard hit all around, but tough to corral.
Not what you want to see from the Arphils defense after the 2 errors yesterday, hoping to get through this one smoothly. We'll see how the official scorer records that. It was very, very hard hit ball.
Sure, if it does get the error, it will be a base hit, so Centeno will get his first hit. I was going to say, if that gets called an error, and I'm Centeno, although they can't argue or talk to the scorers anymore, that would be a difficult one for me to cope with after roping it down the line.
We've got this great setup here in the press box where our official scorer can mic into us here in the booth, and they can tell us how they ended up ruling that. So I really find that fantastic that now we can, feel comfortable about what we're saying over the air.
Exactly. Tough for us to make the assumption sometimes, but now we have an 0-2 count to Kerry Carpenter. 0 for 0 on the day with a walk. Long set, here's the pitch. Fastball out of the zone, off the glove of Duran. No action happening on the base paths as he's going to stay over at first. Cesar having the opportunity to go into the dugout, think about his outing thus far, and surge it from the bottom up as he comes back out here to eat some innings. He's looking to get the first out of this inning. 1-2 pitch is slow roller, foul. Touched just foul by Stokes on the right side of the first baseline.
It's a different feel to come in with runners on the bases and to come in, with a clean slate around the horn. So we'll see how that impacts his pitching, and it kind of dictates the type of reliever you'll be if you're someone that's coming in a big situation, if you're someone that's going to be coming in for a longer relief outing to eat up some innings, and guys are used in different places, so this is an interesting time to figure out what works best for them physically and mentally.
1-2 pitch to Carpenter was laced foul to the left side. Carpenter working a great at bat here.
Runner on first here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball off the bat of Peterson. 6-0 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. 1-2 the count here to Peterson. No one out. Top of the 4th inning. The 4th inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living community, not-for-profit, in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. It's a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooden campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. And I can attest to the great trails around this part of Pennsylvania, really scenic, some mountainous ranges, some great lakes that we've got here. A lot going on. I know I've been to one in Berks County. It was called, I believe, something in Wild Missing, if I remember. Wild Missing Park System Pinewoods Trail. Get back to the ball game here. Cesar able to ring up Peterson, his first strikeout here of the afternoon, and great comeback after that heater single.
Yeah, definitely needed just to bounce back. Getting out on the board, and now just a double play away from the ability to get out of this. This one chopped over to the right side. 6-4, unable to get 3 as they will just get the force out at second base. Sharp turn there from Brito over to Gamboa. However, the transition from Gamboa to the first baseman Stokes not in time.
They tried to turn 2 there, but just unable to get there. Great slide in by Carpenter. That's exactly what you're looking to do if you're trying to break up that double play, and he was able to do that.
So that'll bring up Kredler. 0 for 2 on the day after a phenomenal opening day. Has a pop-up and a ground out, both in the middle of the infield. Holds off on 97 miles an hour up and out of the zone, 1-0.
Green taking a lead over at first. Looking back is Cesar. Big
1-0.
swing and a miss there. Big swing and a miss.
Had bad intentions with that one, which you can do if you're up by 6 runs. You could try and take that 2-0 or 3-1 swing where you have 1 goal for it. That'll make the count 1-1. Another check throw over to first.
Nothing to score in favor of the SeaWolves. Our Phil's trying to shut them down here in the top of the 4th and looking to add some offense in the bottom half of the inning. 2 outs here as Joel Cesar tries to pitch a clean inning for the R Phils. Pitch coming in low. The count now 2-1. Riley Green over at first base after reaching on a fielder's choice. And the sun is pretty much set here at First Energy Stadium. Lights are on and we are playing in the moonlight. Here's the 2-1 coming in just low beyond the knees of Kredler. Kredler 0 for 2 today. Came in with 2 hits from yesterday, but grounded to short and flew out in foul territory to the second baseman, Brito, on that great play over by the bullpen. Here's the pitch swung on by Kredler over to Guthrie at third. He'll go to second for the short out. And Joel Cesar coming in and getting the outs that he needs to put up a donut in the top half of the 4th. We'll be right back here with the bottom half. Don't you go anywhere.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Friends, family, I'm Emily Messina. Tyler Small on the airways with me tonight. So happy you are joining us from near and far. We couldn't be happier for baseball back here at First Energy Stadium. 6-0 the score in favor of the Erie SeaWolves. A grand slam coming off of the bat of Josh Lester. And the Fightin' Phils leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, looking to make some magic happen and start grinding back out of this hole. Daniel Brito leaving things off, the number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Fightin' Phils.
The heart of the order coming up here, 2, 3, 4, trying to get something going and get this crowd back into it. We had a great crowd on. They were still chirping throughout it, but it was clear that after giving up the big lead, they weren't as loud and rowdy as they usually are. So trying to get them back on the edge of their seats into this one.
Big swing and a miss there by Brito. Count now evening 1-1. Checking in with your Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They are leading 3-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Spencer Howard was starting that game. Believe he's still in on the mound. Pitch coming in low in the dirt. Count now 2-1.
Payano still in this one. Heading into the fourth. Starting pitcher yesterday, Richin, only able to record the 4 innings. And it was clean handoff to start the 5th inning to Green. So we'll see if it's the same idea here. But Payano is just the type of guy that can eat a lot of innings. 84 innings last year throughout the 3 levels like we talked about earlier in this one through 18 games. Definitely able to go deep into games.
High fly ball there from Brito. Outfielder, the center fielder for the Erie SeaWolves, Green, coming in, and it looks like the shortstop, Cradler, was going back for that one too. They kind of couldn't decide whose ball it was going to be, and finally Green calling off Cradler, and that is the center fielder's ball. When you're coming in on a ball like that, you have a much better angle than someone coming out trying to catch it over their shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, just the basic nature of it, that these outfielders, it's their sole responsibility to catch fly balls majority of the time, where the infielders turning back behind, not their true position going out there into the grass. Definitely makes it difficult, but Green with the good authority there out of the youngster to call him off.
Here's Matt Vierling, the pitch coming inside. The count now 1-1. Vierling grounded out to third in his first at-bat, but he came into the game with 3 hits, the most for the Fightin' Phils so far. And the Fightin' Phils yet to record a hit on the afternoon. Pedro Payano still out there throwing strong. He has given up 2 walks, so not the perfect game yet, but our Phils still looking to record a hit here. So far, Payano, 50 pitches, now 31 of them strikes, so still going strong, but probably nearing the end of his time as we do see some SeaWolves warming up into that bullpen.
I believe the deepest that Payano has gone into a game with no-hit action is 5 innings, so trying to work through that. He averages 4 2/3 over those 18 games and 84 innings pitched. Certainly a guy that doesn't seem to lose his life coming throughout an inning.
Payano getting the signs from Centeno behind the plate. Here is the 2-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Full count now to Matt Vierling. Matt Vierling got some time up in Lehigh Valley. He was part of the taxi squad for a while the major leagues had pushed back the start of the AAA season, and they had some guys still playing just in case of call-ups, and Vierling was over there assisting and getting some reps, and so he's got a little bit of a head start on these guys, seeing some more live game action, playing, I believe, Scranton Wilkes-Barre. They played like 19 games against the AAA Yankees team, as Vierling now walks down to first. And Vierling Here's some insider trading notes for you fans.
Here we go.
Vierling was named, and I won't say named by who, but he was named friendliest player in the organization today, in the AA team, and up there with him, Kroon and Guthrie. So if you're wondering, actually, Tyler and I have been around all these guys, and honestly, they've been all pretty friendly.
They're all a delight.
Which,
You're right.
which is rare, but they've all been, happy to see us, smiling, how are you? But Vierling, Guthrie, and Kroon, for those people that are more inside the system than we are those top-notch, friendliest players.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just especially to see them be nice with us or any of the media people, because usually if we're talking to them, we're asking something from them. We're asking them for an interview.
Can you do an
we're
interview?
asking
Can
them
you
for a
sign
video
this?
shoot.
Yeah.
So it's never just a hello, despite us wanting to get to know them, but the protocol's making it a little bit more difficult for us. But they have been nothing but nice to us so far, and we're all very appreciative.
Rodolfo Duran up in the batter's box looking to make something happen. He'll chomp one up third base, fielded by Sean Williams over there in the third base's coach's box and making the play. Sean, unfortunately, Rodolfo now will get some more of this at-bat here, and we've got Vierling over on first after being walked. The fans are making some noise. They are excited for this number 19 catching prospect to get started on some offense here this season. Has yet to record a hit here in AA baseball. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Pedro Payano, and a strike call from Jasinski at the plate rings up Duran, and he just stretches out his back and huffs and walks back to the dugout as he gets that strike call looking, and that will bring up McCarthy Tatum here as the Arphils now have 2 away in the bottom of the fourth.
That's a great sign of a good catcher right there, holding back whatever he wanted to say about where he thought that fastball may or may not have been, because he wants that call when he gets back down into the squat in the other half of the inning.
Oh, 100%. They definitely have to be the most careful with the umpires, as the first pitch coming into Tatum is on the inside corner. Especially because the other guys, they get in a tiff with the umpire, and then they run all the way out to center field.
Yeah, they can get away from it.
Duran gets in a tiff with the home plate umpire. He's squatting an inch from him for the rest of the game. So they got to be a little bit more careful than the other players. And now it looks like Centeno will come out for a short little mound visit here as Tatum hangs outside the batter's box. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 6-0 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. But our Phils have a runner on first base in the form of Matt Vierling. And McCarthy Tatum is in that right-handed batter's box. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Payano. Right down the middle for a strike call. 80-mile-an-hour changeup there from Payano.
Tatum, I'm sure he is used to it now throughout his playing career, that changeup that goes down borderline on the knees with the 6'6" frame. It's not always the same level that you'll see on the strike call.
And now Payano getting the strike call from home plate umpire Jasinski. Right there at the knees on the corner, this time in the zone. And the count now 2-2. Payano looking over at Vierling over at first. A high fly ball coming in shallow center field. It's going to be between Green and Robson, and Green makes the catch on the run in shallow center field to retire Tatum. So that ends the things in the bottom of the fourth inning. Arphils able to get nothing across the site. A walk from Vierling, and we'll head into the top of the fifth shortly. Stay with us.
Who to call for track services? JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Bills.
You missed the greatest veggie race I have ever seen here at First Energy Stadium, and I'm counting the one I ran in as a piece of lettuce. An incredible veggie race, lettuce coming out on top, I believe there over the carrot. And if you haven't seen an R-Phil's game and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to explain it. You have to come out to the ballpark and see it for yourself.
Truly is a sight to see, and triumphant comeback to say the least on this first one, and just the dramatics of it all is what makes the vegetable race so great.
Well, we have a pitching change here for the R-Phils. Joel Cesar is done for the day. Tyler, you have that line on him?
Yes, officially it was 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, a strikeout on 34 pitches.
Coming in is Zach Warren. He'll make his debut here in Baseball Town. Warren, 24 years old, a 14th round draft pick in 2017, and he will now face off against the first batter for the Erie SeaWolves here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-0 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. And Zach Warren coming in here relief, trying to just shut down the SeaWolves so the R-Phils can get right back to it.
Now pitching out of the Alberta University Golden Wolves bullpen, Titans pitcher number 33, Zach
Warren coming out of the Alvernia University bullpen here to face Yariel Gonzalez. Gonzalez having a day. He had a 2 RBI single back in the 3rd to contribute to some of the runs off the bat of Gonzalez out to left field. Coming over is Tatum. Tatum on the run, getting near that SeaWolves bullpen, but he's able to make the catch. And Warren comes in, throws a couple pitches, and retires Gonzalez. Fly out to 7 if you're charting that in your books. Drew Ward, the designated hitter, coming in. And he will step into that lefty batter's box.
Just out in front on a strong off-speed pitch from Warren. So able to get him just off the end of the bat for the first out.
First pitch coming in, a ball, count now 1-0, as the R-Phils are pushing their limits in the infield. Right back at that outfield grass edge. Swing and a miss there, 91 miles an hour from Zach Warren to get the strike call. Warren 6'5", 205 pounds, almost the tallest on our roster. We've got a bunch of high guys in the 6'5", 6'7", but we do have one player, 6'8", Taylor Lehman, tallest guy on the R-Phils roster, as now Gonzalez takes a strike. The count now 1-2 from Zach Warren, working quickly, trying to make good work out of these Erie SeaWolves as he doesn't get the call there. Count now 2-2.
And although they're pushing the envelope on the shift rules here, Drew Ward definitely a great specimen to do this with. Just looking at the spray chart here, at least 2/3 of his hits come from the right side, especially the home runs. Only less than 10 came from center to left field area.
Warren is noted as a high leverage reliever. He might function as a closer. He usually functions in about the 7th, 8th inning we see, when, bigger moments. But we also see him now here earlier on 5th, 6th inning. So we'll see if, Williams shaking things up here for Warren leads to a good deal for him. Here's the full count pitch, swung on by Drew Ward right into the glove of Archimedes Gamboa. The shift was on, and the shift was good as Gamboa standing right behind second base, able to just reach his glove out to the left and make the catch. Tyler, I'm going to make a pun here, if you don't mind.
Please do.
So Gamboa out there kind of just stuck his glove up and just waited for the ball to sail right into it. And I believe there's a scene in a movie you're nicknamed after where a kid just kind of sticks his glove up in the air and lets it fly right in there. We all have nicknames here in our Phil's front office. Tyler's is Smalls. And I think we saw that with Smalls out in the Sandlot, one of baseball's best movies.
Let's see. First game is about 3 hours, and then 8:30. We're nearing 2 hours here. Less than 5 hours it took on a broadcast for you to make a joke about my nickname. I appreciate that. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, just right place, right time. I said earlier there was a seeing eye single where the ball just seemed to look at where the infielders were and find a place in between. That was the opposite. That was looking for the glove as Gamboa had a hard sound coming off of it.
If only it was as easy as sticking out your glove and the ball just flying right in.
I wouldn't be here if that were the case.
There you go. That's true. Josh Lester now in the batter's box for the for the SeaWolves, and Warren, a 1-2 count to him. Warren is working on his control. That's one of the biggest things he mentioned working on over this off-season time is just placement of the ball as he gets a foul ball swinging from Lester, and the count remains 1-2. He was telling us about how he really is working on his curveball and how he's trying to get it to break at the right spot and land in the right spot. And I think if he can really regain his control, he can be that high leverage reliever that scouts have panned him out to be, as he gets a big swing and a miss from Josh Lester, who slams his helmet down in frustration. A 1-2-3 inning for the Fightin' Phils as Zach Warren gets the job done in relief. 6-0 the score still for Erie, but Fightin's coming up to bat. You don't want to miss this.
Nursing home neglect is a serious. If you or a loved one from bed sores of cane or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
It's time for the 5th inning, brought to you by Swartz Culleton. Swartz Culleton has all your needs for experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Payano coming back in for the Erie SeaWolves, 63 pitches, 39 strikes so far, has not given up a hit to the Fightin' Phils, but looks like the R Phils are about to change that here. It's leading it off, Madison Stokes. First pitch swinging strikes from Payano. Stokes looking to get some action here, as yet to record a hit here in 2021.
Payano back out for another inning of work. We mentioned earlier his longest hitless outing was back in 2019, 5 innings pitched, but the longest he went in 2019 was 6 1/3 once. That was because he only had to face 21 batters, so he was pretty much cruising there, which is similar to what he's been doing today.
Here's the 1-1 outside corner for a strike. Now, Tyler, I don't know about you, but I'm not one of those superstitious broadcasters that won't mention a no-no, particularly because I feel like that is my job as the broadcaster, is to tell people when something big is happening. Like, you get those alerts on your phone when, like, a no-no is entering in, like, the 5th or 6th inning. And while, you know, I understand it's a hefty subject and people get, you know, pretty serious about their superstitions, I also feel like it's my role to talk about it. Where do you fall on that?
I fall on the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh, my gosh. Here I have been mentioning it the whole time.
As Stokes goes down on strike swinging. Yes, I mean, the only reason I'm okay with talking about it right now is cover your ears if you're wearing any SeaWolves apparel, but I'm rooting for the Fightin' Phils here. So I don't necessarily.
Breaking news.
Don't spread that around. I don't necessarily mind that, but if the roles were reversed, I would be forcing you to say it every other way you could say it.
Okay,
besides
so we would talk about it in code, is what you're saying.
the law. Yes,
the
of
other
course.
way.
There's
right.
an art to working around it.
There you go. Fans, comment in if you're one of those superstitious people and you're biting your nails as I'm saying the words no over and over. But I will speak more in code if it's ever happening in the reverse.
Yes.
As Guthrie swings through that pitch, a quick 1-1 count from Payano, still working fast, trying to remain in his routine. And our Phil's still looking to break through here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Talking of no-hitters, we go back to the major leagues. John Means for the Baltimore Orioles getting the no-hitter today in great fashion, of course, picking up the no-hitter, but the only base runner allowed was on a dropped third strike. Just 28 up, 28 down, and he gets the extra K for it. Celebrated accordingly. Didn't get to hear a post-game presser from him or anything, but I can imagine that's on the back of his mind, similar to Carlos Rodon, who lost it on the hit by pitch that was just that toe ball that barely got him on the backdoor slider.
Tough way to, you know, not get the perfect game there, but still so impressive. 12 Ks and the first one to throw a complete game no-hitter since Jim Palmer for the Orioles in 1969. So Orioles coming a long way since then. A chopper off the bat of Guthrie, but it bounces foul. And he remains alive here in a full count. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton, 1-800-JUSTICE. And if your loved one is a victim of nursing home neglect, call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton. Basically, if you've been injured, you know someone's injured, or had neglect, call Swartz-Culleton today. And Guthrie takes a pitch right at the knees, a strike call from Jasinski. He's been calling those ones at the knees all day, and honestly, batters on both sides have gone down looking right at those as they go by.
And I was just going to say, I mean, he has obviously been calling that. Jasinski, it's also been good that sometimes umpires take a lean on the type of pitch that it is. The fastball at the knees isn't the same as a breaking ball at the knees because it matters where it breaks. But he's been very consistent with that. They may disagree on if it's a strike or not, but today it has been, and the Phils need to start swinging.
Kroon smacks one down the third base line. Unable to come up with it is Gonzalez going all the way to the corner. And Kroon sliding into second. The throw from Carpenter to Kredler is in time. And Kroon getting the out at second, unable to slide in time, turns a great hit into the third out of the bottom of the 5th inning. And just like that, 1-2-3 inning for Pedro Payano yet again. And here we go heading into the 6th. We're going to take a short break. The Red Fightin' Phil partner with Off the 20 Now Sinker, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Energy Stadium with breaking news for you guys. The no-hitter has been broken up after we get the call from the official scorer on that play with Kroon. It is recorded as a single on a live drive that was deflected by third baseman Gonzalez, who was able to pick it up and fire it over to second as Kroon was trying to steal on that deflection, you can call it. So it will be recorded as a single for Kroon. And the no-hitter that Pedro Payano was pumping has come to a halt. Still pitching a fantastic game, 6-0 in favor of the SeaWolves. Zach Warren heads back to the mound for the Fightin' Phils, and he will face off against Jacob Robson here. Robson got a base on balls back in the third inning and struck out in the second, so 0 for 1 on the night here as Warren makes the count 1-1 with a breaking ball. Chopper off the bat. Diving is Stokes, unable to come up with it, and it's having trouble fielding it in right field is Kroon, and unable to come up with it as Robson rounds first and heads into second quickly, and just quite the exact opposite of the exact play from the Fightin' Phils, just where we have a single and the runner tries to advance, and this time Erie comes up with it.
Second error of the season for Kroon, as that's going to go down as a single with an error, giving him an additional 90 feet. Robson trying right off the bat. It looked like he was going to push the envelope already, and that's a credit to him, rounding first hard, trying to pick up that hustle double. It turns into a single with an error, and once again, runner in scoring position due to a lapse of concentration, I would say, on the defensive end.
Here's the pitch by Warren, a high fly ball for Centeno. Under it is gonna be Kroon, but it will be Vierling who makes the play, and not tagging over at second is Robson. Good coverage there by Zach Warren as he's running out to just make sure the ball doesn't get past any of the infielders. Should Vierling and Kroon have to throw it back in pretty quickly, but Robson choosing not to go for one there as they're already up 6-0. Probably the right call there by him, as it was pretty shallow in right field.
Yeah, relatively just go station to station, give what they give you. Vierling, the true outfielder out there, had an outfield assist yesterday on a pretty crazy play, but an outfield assist and an outfield assist. And, yeah, you're right, just they only scored that 6 runs in the third inning, trying to get some more on there if they can, and it won't happen any differently if he's standing on second or third.
That will bring up Kerry Carpenter, who singled back in the fourth inning. Carpenter taking a first pitch strike from Warren, who's still working pretty quickly here. Robson over on second, big swing and a miss there, making the count 0-2 to Carpenter. Warren, the lefty reliever out of Vineland, New Jersey, works with a fastball ranging from 91 to 95 and a curveball 78 to all the way to 85. So he's got a wide range on those two pitches. Those are his go-to as a reliever. And now he stares down Duran. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Great block by Duran as Robson taking quite a big lead over on second. Gamboa, trying to keep him as close as he can, but still trying to be in that shortstop position as well.
Yeah, that's the difficulty that comes with these funky defenses. So just trying to stay close, because somebody with the speed, as we just saw on display from Robson, would easily take that additional 90 feet and head over to third.
Now we're going to have a short mound visit as Duran and Warren need to get on the same page. Duran just sends the message and heads right back behind the dish. Looks like the two of them are ready to rock and roll here. One on here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. 6-0 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. Warren had 3 up, 3 down. Back in the 5th, looking to make his way through that again in the dirt.
And interestingly, Duran quickly just hustling up there, talking quickly, and then turning back around. I believe Jasinski, if I saw the signal right, turned around to the box office and signaled that was a mound visit. So not sure if they're getting the full letter of the law that they intended for. Could be mistaken.
Yeah, it could just be one of those times where he's trying to give him a quick word, but I think, maybe that would be recorded as a mound visit. We'll have to talk to our field pace coordinator as Carpenter ropes one into right field. It drops right in front of the wall. Kroon picks it up. A stand-up double for Carpenter as Robson crosses the plate for the 7th run for Erie on the night. Just roped it silently up the first base line into that corner, and Kroon had to run it down, track it off the wall, but not before a stand-up double off the bat of Carpenter scores Robson.
Yeah, Carpenter having a great day right there. Takes a lazy slider and places it where right couple of feet away from the right field line. His 2nd hit of the day, 3rd time on base in as many at-bats. And just exactly what I said before, Robson wisely staying at 2nd, scoring position for a reason as he's able to score easily.
Heater off the bat of Peterson. It'll drop right behind Brito. Kroon coming in fielding that, but Carpenter only sliding over to 3rd as a single quickly from Peterson. That ball was just perfectly placed in between 2nd base and right field, and there was just nothing either of those 2 position players could do about it.
Back-to-back pure contact swings here is now there is certainly going to be a mound conference just to talk with Warren, who seems to have not lost the zone, but instead lost the positioning of the zone, as now he is just serving it up over way too much of the plate, and he's seeing a lot of barrels.
From tires to tune-ups and everything in between, you can trust CJ's Tire and Automotive. You can improve your car's grip with some new tires and great prices, new rims, rubbers, and great advice. CJ's Tire and Automotive makes cars care less of a chore. Shop online at cjtire.com. For complete auto service, one stop, and you've got it all done at CJ's Tire and Automotive. And now Brad Bergeson heads back to the dugout after a mound visit from the Fightin' Phil's pitching coach, and Duran and the entire infield comes in for that one as Warren looks to get back on track here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning, where the Erie SeaWolves have already scored 1 off the bat of Carpenter. $7-0 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. Well, here's the pitch from Warren. It's high for a ball. Carpenter over on 3rd. Peterson over on 1st. And the bottom half of the lineup getting it done once again here for the SeaWolves. Once again, Peterson roping one in between the 1st and 2nd baseman. Kroon firing it into Dalton Guthrie over at 3rd. Guthrie making a diving grab so the ball doesn't get away from him. An RBI single off the bat of Riley Green.
They were just waiting for Riley Green to come back alive today, just with the 1 walk. Now he picks up an RBI single. His first RBI of the season. And they're just piling it on now as Warren unable to get that control back that he started last inning with, and just could not carry it back through 2nd inning of work.
And it should really be noted the defensive play that Guthrie made over at 3rd on that. An off throw from Kroon so far to his left. And he had to dive to make the stop, which did not allow any more extra runs to score. That'll bring up Brian Kredler. Here's the first pitch from Zach Warren. It's a ball in the dirt. Count now 1-0.
We saw a lot of balls hit yesterday that gappers or down the line has a lot of get up in the outfield, so the ability to go over and stop it from getting extra bases, especially for Green, who moves very well, is very key coming into this one.
Runners on the corners yet again for the SeaWolves. Riley Green over at first, Cole Peterson at third, one away here in the top of the 6th inning. Erie's already added on 2 to make it 8-0 over the Fightin' Phils here at First Energy Stadium. Swing and a miss there by Kredler. The count now 2-1. Starting to cool off here a little bit in Reading, Pennsylvania. Temperatures dropping, wind is picking up, but still a beautiful night to be out with your family at the ballpark. We've got more games this series. Thursday through Sunday, we are home, and then back at the end of May with more great promotions. Pitch coming in high to Kredler, 3-1.
Forming for Reading is number 5, Tyler Carr.
Warren trying to regain control of this inning. Getting the sign from Duran. Setting up on that first base side of the rubber, looking over at Green at first. He winds up, fires, fouls it off, Kredler does, and into the stands. CJ's Tire and Automotive celebrating 50 years of being better, faster, and more affordable than the competition. They've got everything you need for your car except the gas. Ryan Kredler in that first base batter's box. Runners on the corner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Kredler. And he goes down swinging as Warren gets the call that he is looking for. 2 strikeouts now for Warren. Yeri Gonzalez coming up. He had a 2 RBI single earlier in the game. 2 outs now with runners on the corner. Warren looking to get out of this without any more damage. 2 runs coming in earlier to make it 8-0.
Yeah, that's huge for Warren, just trying to get some confidence just to be able to get through this last out. Runners on the corner and the spread while it happens here, and just trying to find the zone once again. Now I think he's trying to overanalyze the pitches as he misses the first one inside. Just getting back to the basics. Duran trying to calm him down from behind. So far, not being able to do so.
Here's the pitch from Warren. Comes in on the corner of the strike zone, gets the call from Steve Jasinski, 1-1 the count. Warren just looking to get out of this inning without any more damage. We'll see how those runs are scored based on the error from Kroon earlier in this inning. Pitch in the dirt, great block by Duran. Count now 2-1. CJ's Tire and Automotive, their reputation rides on trust. The Keep You a Rollin' store. Fans, if you live in the Berks County area, you know of CJ's Tires. That's the place to go if you're in need of tires. I mean, we've seen the potholes in Pennsylvania, okay?
Yes.
They are no joke. They're no joke. We've seen them. Yes, they're trying to fix them out on 12. They're doing the best they can, but they are everywhere. If you happen to hit a pothole, like on your commute to work, that I do every single day, you might need help from CJ's Tires, and they are the place to go for easy and convenient assistance.
Plus, worst case scenario, if we get this infrastructure surge, everything gets resolved, you still walk out with a brand new set of tires, which always changes the outlook of your car.
There you go. They're a lot quieter to roll around in. You feel more comfortable on long drives as Warren gets Gonzalez to chase one way out of the strike zone. He goes fishing and comes up with nothing as Warren gets out of the top of the 6th inning, allowing 2 more runs for Erie. 8-0 the score as we head in for the Fightins. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for some offense.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years. creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
And provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an Art-Filled game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
We're back at First Energy Stadium. We are wrapping up the Taylor Swift inning break. She is a fan favorite after growing up in Berks County, Reading, Pennsylvania, or while missing, whatever you like to call it. She first got her start here at First Energy Stadium singing the national anthem right here on our field, and since then she's really taken off. Pitching change now for the Erie SeaWolves. They're bringing Brad Bass, 25-year-old, making his debut here at First Energy Stadium. A 7th-round pick back in 2017. The line closes up on Payano. 5 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks, and 75 pitches. Higher than I thought they let him go, but I mean, he was having a fantastic outing. How could you take him out?
Yeah, once again, a veteran kind of presence in the minor league system, especially for this team, and didn't seem to be taxing very much. You know, not a lot of long at-bats, only one time that he was really dealing out of the stretch, giving up a couple of walks but getting out of them quickly. So phenomenal performance there for Piona, and now Bass has big shoes to fill to keep it going.
Luke Miller in the box for the Fightin' Phils. Count now 1-2. Miller struck out back in the 3rd. The Art-Phils having trouble getting through their lineup. He's the only one so far with 1 at-bat, so here's number 2 as he takes the pitch way outside. The count now 2-2. 8-0 the score here at First Energy Stadium. Erie over the Fightin' Phils. Luke Miller swings and misses. A big cut, and he comes up with nothing as he strikes out for the 2nd time this afternoon, bringing up Gamboa.
Brad Bass, 3.52 ERA through 71 2/3 innings pitched between 2 teams, Lakeland, their high A affiliate, and West Michigan. So some solid numbers there, and getting a little bit of a jump up starting here with Double-A.
Here's Archimedes Gamboa. Takes the first pitch ball. 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gamboa to look to make something happen here for the Fightins. 1 walk, 1 strikeout today. This will take another ball outside of the zone.
It's already Bass, another one of the guys that both of these teams have, trying to figure out where they prefer starting or pitching. Has 10 appearances as a starter last year, 6 as a reliever. The numbers are rather similar, actually better throughout the 10 starts.
Gamboa getting the first strike call here in the at-bat. Now here's the 2-1 from Bass. Swing and a miss there from Gamboa. 86 mile an hour. Changeup from Bass. Now we pronounce his name Archimedes. I was told earlier by our manager as he goes down swinging that sometimes he'll pronounce it Archimedes, so we'll be going back and forth here on the broadcast. Not going to pick a favorite about someone's name, but Archimedes is pretty darn cool.
I think that's a fun name. Gamboa is a fun one to say too, behind hand. So pretty fun. Pretty fun. I like to see it.
Call. Yeah, we got some good names for the broadcast here for the Fightin' Phils. And that will bring up Daniel Brito. 0-2 on the day. He'll step into that lefty batter's box. 2 outs for the Fightin' Phils here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-0 the score. SeaWolves. Here's the pitch. Comes just outside for a ball. You know, I got an interesting broadcast comparison today. One of our video board operators said I sounded like Sunny Day from Backyard Baseball. Do you remember Backyard Baseball?
I do remember Backyard Baseball.
Anyone on the airwaves remember Backyard Baseball? That is a video game back in time when you could play baseball game.
One of the best video games.
One of the best, I gotta be honest. I mean, Pedro Martinez on that was fantastic. But Sunny Day was the female play-by-play announcer for the games, and she brought a lot of human interest into the mix.
Right.
And I take that as a compliment.
Oh, I hear
High
the
praise,
comparison,
I think.
yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's listening right now, but thank you for that. As the strike call comes into Daniel Brito. Count now full. 2 outs here. Arphil's looking for get something going. The kick and the pitch from Bass, and Brito gets the walk that he was looking for, patient enough to wait through it, and he'll walk all the way down to first.
Talk about names we like. Brito, on the other hand, is some type of name that makes me a little hungry if I hear it too quick. So
Brito.
Gotta be careful, or else I'll take a mid-inning trip to Chipotle or something.
Oh my gosh, count me in. Matt Vierling heading up to the dish for the Fightin' Phils. He walked in his last at-bat, so maybe he could bring some of that patience back here to face Brad Bass. Comes in right down the middle for a strike. Fans, we'd like to thank the official team physicians of the Reading Fightin' Phils, our good friends at Commonwealth Orthopedics Associates, and doctors John Martin and Paul Marr for taking great care of the team. For the same great care the Fightin' Phils receive, visit Commonwealth Orthopedic Associates website today at coaortho.com. Visit Commonwealth Orthopedic Associates, coaortho.com.
0-2 count now to Vierling. Went down back-to-back swinging strikes.
Vierling looking to make something happen. He'll take a ball in the dirt, and the count now 2-2. Brito over on first after being walked earlier in this inning. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bass setting up, looking down, staring down, taking a long pause on the rubber. Now he kicks and fires once again in the dirt. That was a long pause there on the mound. That is good to throw off the rhythm of the batter. You see guys do a quick pitch, then they pause like that, then they do the high leg kick and they wait. But with that also comes the risk of balking if you bobble a little bit. So that's definitely something you have to perfect if you're going to try and pitch that way. And that one comes in inside again. The count is now full.
It also brings the opportunity for the batter to call time, which always becomes a debatable topic if he's granted time or if the batter is starting to mess with the delivery of the pitcher and take some of the dominance back, because in a pitcher-batter one-on-one face-off, all of the order, pace, everything comes from the man on the hill.
Here's the full count pitch. Chopper off the bat of Vierling. Coming in is Gonzalez. He'll make it on the run, but the throw is off balance, and it's not in time as Vierling hustling down the first baseline is able to make it in time. Fans, great hustle there by Vierling, capitalizing on the off throw by Gonzalez over at third. And now we are rolling, as the video board says here. Matt Vierling over on first base, and second base belongs to Daniel Brito. It is recorded by the official scorer as an error, I'm being told. That will be on, they call who that was on? Was that on?
They called it on Gonzalez.
They called it on Gonzalez
yes.
for the throw that pulled Lester off the bag there. So that checks out in my book. That's kind of what I was seeing. And now there'll be a meeting at the mound with the pitching coach, Mark Johnson, from the SeaWolves, second year with the team. Pretty new coaching staff down in Erie. Everybody's first season, including the manager, Arnie Baylor, except for the hitting coach, Mark Johnson. Someone's now up in the pen over at Erie. Whereas the Fightin' Phils have more of a established pitching staff, most of the guys being here at least a year. Kenny Montanane being here for 4 years. So now it'll bring up Duran here, who's trying to make something happen. Big clutch position for the number 19 prospect, who has still looking for his first hit.
Ariel Gonzalez over there, his first error of the season, his 18th of his minors career as a third baseman. It's the position he's most comfortable in.
A line drive heater off the bat of Duran. His first hit sends it into the left field corner. Coming around third is Vierling. He's set to score a stand-up double from Duran as the throw goes wild over the catcher Centeno. And Vierling slides in safely. Crowd is going wild now as the prospect delivers a 2-run double here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and things are getting back on track for the Fightin' Phils.
Duran got a hanging breaking ball, ripped it down the left field line for his first hit of the season, but you give all the credit there for Vierling. 2 outs, 8-run ball game, no life on the team so far. He hits a lazy ground ball to the left side, hustles down the line, causes the throwing error, which gives Duran the opportunity to bring in 2. Great job all around by the team player.
That's the difference between good and great there. Either you end the inning or you set your team up for success there, and that's exactly what Vierling did as we're bringing in McCarthy Tatum to the box for the R-Phils. He's one of the other guys still looking for his first hit in the season. But now runner on second in the form of Duran, and hopefully the R-Phils can take this energy even with 2 outs here as Tatum fouls one up into the grandstand.
And that's all it takes to start. I mean, you look at the box score and it looks impossible, but this crowd, as soon as that ball was hit, you would think it was a tie game late. You know, it's easy to get this crowd right back into the R-Phils, who they never stop rooting for, but Duran able to get a little bit more life in the stadium.
Pitch coming into Tatum high for a ball. Count now 1-2. Duran taking a nice sizable lead. We see he's got on wheels on him, and he's made his way all the way to second on that, and was definitely considering going to third with that errant throw from the left fielder. So ready for him to take off here with 2 outs as Tatum chases one and strikes out to record the third out here in the bottom of the 6th, but not before the R-Phils score 2 off the bat of Duran. Vierling and Brito score for the Fightins. It's now an 8-2 game as we head into the 7th inning. We're going to take a short break, but you got to stick around. You don't want to miss this.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons, the industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Baseball here at First Energy Stadium. We're going to have a pitching change for the Fightin' Phils. Zach Warren leads with the line. 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and 37 pitches on the night. Tyler Carr will come in for relief of Warren. Carr pitched 1 game for the Reading Fightin' Phils back in 2019. He pitched at Trenton Thunder Ballpark, Arm & Hammer Park over there. So he never pitched here at First Energy Stadium, but he has worn a Fightin' Phils uniform before. So this will be his debut here at America's Classic Ballpark. Tyler Carr, 25 years old from Avon Park, Florida, 31st round draft pick back in 2018. So we'll see how he makes his debut in the pinstripe here, the home jerseys for the Fightin' Phils. Big half inning for the Fightin' Phils as the big prospect Duran comes up in the clutch with a 2-run scoring double as the R-Phils finally are able to capitalize with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, definitely a whole different atmosphere here in the stadium. now 6-run ball game, and it takes a shutdown inning here, so we will see what we were able to do. But after Piona finally gets out of this one, felt like he would be cruising for the rest of this game. A new face, even if they are at the same skill level, just seeing somebody new come in, you feel like you have a better chance. You feel like you have an ability to wake up the bats. And the Arphils were able to do it with one of their leaders.
And now Tyler Carr coming in from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen, and he takes a first pitch strike to Drew Ward at the knees. Fightin' Phil's got that shift on right now. If you're looking at the field, we've got Stokes over at first behind the first base bag as Ward ropes one into right field. Does Kroon come up with it? No, says the first base umpire, Kelvis Velez. And now Kroon's going to throw it in as Ward was trying to take two. Great baseball there from Kroon as he doesn't come up with it, but is smart enough to pick himself up and throw it right in and trying to get Drew Ward, who was just trying to make more out of the moment than it needed.
A ton of base running errors we've seen today out of Erie. Another one right there where obviously you see right off the bat those 50-50 balls, that line drives right at the outfielders. Tough to make a play on, especially if they're diving. But able to trap it in front is Kroon. And I'm not sure if he never picked up the ball and just was going too right out of the box, or if he thought he could get it because he was on the ground, but regardless.
He might have thought that Kroon didn't actually come up with the ball at all, and maybe he thought it got past him there. But Kroon, got the ball on the bounce right in right field, So able to make a play there on a difficult catch. And that will bring up Josh Lester as Carr pitches well inside, pushing him out of the box. The count now 2-1. Once again, the Arphils have that shift on. Stokes pretty much behind first base. Brito in that typical second base spot, just back on that grass. And Gamboa to the right side of second base, standing, well to the right side. And then Dalton Guthrie in that shortstop position as Lester gets another strike call from Tyler Carr to make the count full. And this is one of those things that we might not be able to see in the second part of this season, as we don't know if minor league baseball will allow Gamboa to be in that spot. But the shift works as Lester bounces one up the infield right to Brito, who picks it up, scoops it, and sends it over to Stokes at first. Easy play for Daniel Brito. And quickly there's 2 outs here for Tyler Carr. So impressive, secondary debut kind of for the Fightin' Phils. One game at Arm & Hammer Park. I don't know if it really counts as part
just
of the Arphils squad. Right. Now he's part of the family here as he's looking to retire the side with Jacob Robson in the lefty batter's box.
And we'll welcome him with open arms if he's able to show this type of start that he has so far. I mean, 3-1 count at Josh Lester, who just a couple innings ago went deep for a grand slam, able to come back and get him out in the next 2 pitches.
And now he goes deep to left field. Going over is Tatum at the track, at the wall. But it is called foul by Emil Jimenez over at third. So a well-hit ball, well-strung, deep enough, but just not on the right side of the foul pole.
Yeah, he got all of that one, trying to send it down to the left field corner around another bullpen arm warming up for the SeaWolves, but just a little bit too much tail on it. It just traveled just a bit too far.
And now Tyler Carr setting up. Here's the pitch coming in high. Looking to retire Jacob Robson to get 3 up, 3 down here as there's 2 away in the top of the 7th inning. 8-2 the score in favor of the SeaWolves, but Arphil starting to claw their way back. Here's the 2-1, just low for a ball.
Tyler Carr in 2019, 69 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.29 ERA. As you mentioned, he made a brief appearance up here in Reading, most of his time in Clearwater and Lakewood.
And he will, I guess the umpire is saying that Robson did get a piece of that, so it was a little bit of a foul ball there. Robson thought thought that was, oh, they're going to call it a strike there.
Yes.
They're going to call that a strike. So Robson thought he had the 4th ball there, but it looks like Steve Jasinski is going to call that a strike and sends Robson back to the batter's box. But now Robson will get the call that he's looking for as he jogs down to first.
That's always a tough battle to play. There's been a couple times it's happened to the SeaWolves and for the Reading as well that they're confident in that ball 4 take, winds up getting called after a bat flip or start hustling down. It's always tough. What do you do? Do you turn back and apologize, not trying to show up Jasinski? Do you just put your head down and realize that it's probably going to be a wider strike zone next pitch? It's a difficult little concept.
Here's the pitch from Carr in the dirt to Centeno. I think, you know, Carr got the second shot on that and he just couldn't deliver.
Yes.
And that's really where, you know, he's getting the opportunity again from Jasinski, and Jasinski's got to call it right, you know.
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
think they've been doing a fair call so far, this crew with Emil Jimenez, and now Jasinski. Tomorrow we'll see Kelvis Velez behind the plate as they rotate through that. So I think so far so good with this crew, and looks like Centeno will foul that one back. Came pretty close to the batter's box, but bounced off.
Did not flinch though, Emily.
On the press
Good
box,
work there.
you know. Well, I got my window open here, but not so worried. I should bring my glove in here though. Maybe I should bring a glove.
It's close. It's a close little.
We got a nice little
hot shot
nook
will come back here.
Yeah, we'll get one this season. Don't you guys worry. We'll make it on Sports Center. Top 10
Yes.
play. As Centeno takes another ball, the count is 2-1. But the crew chiefs here in the Northeast League, I believe there's 6 crews, and the Fightin' Phils have this crew quite a bit with Emil Jimenez usually starting off as the chief behind the plate as a line drive comes off the bat of Centeno, but it ropes foul quickly. So we'll be seeing this crew quite a bit, but looking forward to meeting the other umpires around the league and seeing how that all pans out.
Centeno working in this at bat, looking still for his first hit of the season, 0 for 6 thus far. This is definitely the best at bat he's worked thus far.
And now he'll send one into right field, going over his croon. It's going to bounce over the wall at the pool. Nope, it's going to bounce in, stay in, and it seems like a stand-up double there for Centeno will send in Jacob Robson from first as he makes his way all the way around. Hard hit and just bounced enough that Kroon could not come up with the ball and able to play it off the wall pretty well, but an easy stand-up double for Centeno.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to get the benefit of the doubt right over the play to win on line sign in the far right corner. We were talking about it earlier that it's shorter than anywhere else because of the pools. I thought it was going to maybe get that skip and hop over and hold Robson to third, which actually it might have. Oh, my mistake.
It looks like they are.
Yes.
They are
okay. He
him.
came around to score.
He did come around
initially.
to score, and now they sent him back. And
so they must have called it.
The umpire waving. I think I did see Kroon put his hands up in the outfield over there, and this is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Actually, right by the pool area where that wall is shallower. If you're coming out as a fan, fantastic spot to go. I mean, you're like best view. Amazing.
Oh, it's
swim
incredible.
Up pool to the
and that's a bucket list right there.
Ballpark. I mean, that's incredible. But if you're a hitter, it makes it a little bit tough as he fouls one up the third base line. It's going to run out of room there, head into the seats. But that will keep Robson at third and Centeno at second for Carpenter, who has an RBI double earlier in the game and a single and a walk. So pretty good him coming in for his first game for the Erie SeaWolves tonight and making the most of this opportunity that he's gotten.
Yeah, the type of day you're definitely sore after. Can't stay off the base paths if you're Kerry Carpenter looking for his fourth one.
Count now 2-1 from Tyler Carr. He's looking to stay with it. He's got another chance. Giving back that opportunity to keep the runners on the bags and not allow anyone to score. 8-2 the score here in the top of the 7th inning as another foul ball off the bat of Carpenter into the R. Phil's dugout.
Carr doing a good job thus far of making the batters beat him, make him put it in play, and so far they've been able to do so. But really doesn't have a put-away pitch yet. Not sure if he's just not feeling it today. I know he does have a good off speed, but we will see if he's able to, because a lot of these batters are hanging around.
Another foul ball right into Rodolfo Duran, who's bending over trying to catch his breath there. Finally, he'll pick up the ball and carry on as Carpenter really staying alive now.
Not a day goes by if you're a catcher and you don't get at least one mark, bruise, anything that's in pain. Such a difficult position.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Club. Join us today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt as Carpenter ropes one right into the glove of Stokes. Stokes moving over into foul territory and able to come up with it easy as pie. And now that will end it, and Tyler Carr makes good on the second chance opportunity there. Nothing across in the top of the seventh. We're going to take a stretch here. You sing at home, we'll sing at the ballpark, and we'll be right back here at the Reading Fightin' Phils.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phil's mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Here at First Energy Stadium, I'm Emily Messina alongside Tyler Small. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a pitching change, a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen for the Erie SeaWolves. Out goes Brad Bass. He's got the line, 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, 2 runs. Looks like none of those runs earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 28 pitches. So tough debut for Brad Bass. He gave up those runs, but none of them go against him, and he's retired here with 1 inning. And coming into the game now is Vladimir Pinto, 23 years old from Lakeland, Florida. Young gun here for the Erie SeaWolves as he warms up, grabs the rosin bag, and squats down behind the mound, just trying to gain his composure here before he goes out for his debut at First Energy Stadium and here in the 2021 season. Leading things off for the Fightin' Phils is going to be Madison Stokes, who ended the top of the 7th with a fantastic play over at first base.
Entering is Pinto. 2019, he had a 2.34 ERA, 2.57 as a part of Erie for half of the season. 28 innings with Erie compared to 33 2/3 in the single A site with Lakeland.
Here's the pitch from Pinto to Stokes. He pops it up shallow infield. Coming in is the first baseman Lester, and he puts it away, a can of corn in the infield to retire Stokes, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dalton Guthrie heading to the plate for the Fightins.
Those are never easy, those sky fly balls, especially as we saw yesterday when it goes above the lighting here at the stadium. Could lose it for a moment. Good job by the veteran Lester, able to camp out and take care of it on the right side of the infield.
Here's the pitch to Guthrie. Walked and struck out today. Looking to get the offense going here for the Fightin' Phils as the innings start to wind down here at First Energy Stadium. But plenty of baseball left. Don't stray away from the broadcast. You don't want to be off when something exciting happens here at First Energy Stadium. As Guthrie fouls one back well outside of the stadium. If you parked out behind the stadium in the regular parking lot, you might want to be worried about foul balls. Guess who's parked there? Me.
Me too. So we'll be able to check together.
We'll check after the game. When I worked for a different minor league team back in 2019, as the pitch comes into Guthrie, swing and a miss. High heater, 94 mile an hour from Pinto to get Guthrie to go down swinging. An easy 1-2 for Pinto coming in, and that will bring up Kroon. Worked for a different minor league team in Virginia. We played 140 games. And on the final game of the season, my car got hit by a foul ball. Nothing, not too much damage, just a really nice baseball indent on the hood, and I kind of love it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
You could see like the seams in there a little bit. So we haven't gotten that one fixed. Maybe eventually, but can't believe I made it the entire season on game 140.
That is just about as good of a calling card to a baseball broadcaster as you could have. Just driving around. It's like you have a sticker.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Here's the pitch, some chin music to Kroon as the crowd boos. Pinto throwing one near the head of Matt Kroon.
Yeah, that's just got to throw you off for the rest of the at-bat. Such difficult thing to go through and lean over, especially back-to-back pitches. This time a breaking ball that just misses high.
Yeah, no one wants to see a 94 mile an hour fastball whiz by your face.
I sure don't.
Bryce Harper took one off the cheek the other day, and it banged off his wrist. He's still trying to recover from that. Luckily, no damage to his bone structure in his face as Kroon gets the strike call from Jimenez, and now the count 2-2.
Yeah, and obviously, going back to that, when Didi was hit the next batter, obviously wasn't intentional, but when your pitchers are throwing this hard nowadays, it becomes a whole aspect of it. You can't control it. Don't try and pitch there. So this one gets fouled away.
There we go. I thought it was interesting that Harper sent the pitcher a note, saying, like, I knew it wasn't on purpose, man. Don't feel too bad about it. But, people definitely have mixed reviews on Harper. I feel like he's the guy that you either love, you think he's the savior, or you really hate him. But I thought that was, either way, whatever you think, that was a stand-up move by the guy who got hit in the face. As Kroon sends one to the second baseman, Peterson fields it cleanly, sends it to first. A 1-2-3 relief outing for Pinto as the R-Phils go down in the bottom of the seventh. 8-2 the score as we head into the eighth. We're going to take a short break.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Back in the top of the eighth inning, 8-2 the score in favor of the Erie SeaWolves. We got a little high-low contest going on at the baseball park.
Madison Stokes. How many of us are at least 6 feet tall?
Madison Stokes Ask how many of us are at least 6 feet tall. 86% of the team are at least 6 feet tall. The high-low game presented by PSECU here at the ballpark. And Tyler Carr coming back on the mound for the Fightin' Phils. Had a stellar half inning coming in for relief, and he is batting Cole Peterson. And the battle has begun now.
Interesting to see 14% of the Phils are short kings.
Chopper up the middle, but Archimedes Gamboa is there to make the play, sends it over to first, and nice play there by Gamboa to get the smooth out on Peterson. We got a tall team.
I was going to say, yeah, I didn't know it was that high, 86%.
Well, what's the average height for guys? I feel like it's probably
It's definitely
hovering
not
around
6 foot, even though that's where
most people probably say.
the standard
How
bar is.
accurate
Yes.
are these stats, people? That's what we need to find out. Pitch coming in low to back to the top of the order for the SeaWolves, Riley Green.
5 feet 9 inches in the United States, according to healthline.com.
5 feet 9. Let's see what we got going on in this roster. Swing and a miss there from Green. I see, oh God, Colby Fitch, 5'11", catcher, and Tyler Carr on the mound, 5'10". Joel Cesar, formerly on the mound, 5'11". And that's it for under 6 foot. That's all. Oh, 5'11" Dalton Guthrie, too, over at third. So 4 guys under 6 foot listed. Listed. We'll say here.
When you put the spikes on, you get over the 6 foot margin. I'm sure none of them are complaining.
And Green goes down on strikes as Tyler Carr gets 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th inning. The rest of this ball game is moving quickly here. 8-2 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. Fightin' Phil's looking to trickle back in the bottom half. They've only had 2 hits on the night, I believe. So they're working to add to that. 10 hits compared to Erie. Both teams have made 1 error in the field. Someone warming up in the Phil's bullpen and in the SeaWolves bullpen as the pitch from Carr comes in low. Count evens 1-1. Let's check out the SeaWolves roster.
It's a fun little game.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys under 6 foot on the SeaWolves roster. 2 of them being the catcher. I feel like catchers are typically not the tallest guys.
It's tough to be a tall catcher, yeah. Gets the same kind of comparisons as a goaltender. Yeah, you gotta have the
shorter legs to be able to
NHL,
squat down, Chopper off the bat of Kreidler. Easy play for Dalton Guthrie across the diamond. Wonderful fielding now from the Fightin' Phils. 3 up, 3 down for Carr. He gets out of that one smoothly on just a couple of pitches. Heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Stick around for some Fightin' Phils offense.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightins birthday. The Fightins fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Into the bottom of the 8th inning. I'm Emily Messina. Tyler Small on your airwaves here tonight. Thanks for joining us. A wonderful day for baseball here at First Energy Stadium. It's amazing how it rained all day yesterday, rained all day today, and we've had 2 beautiful games at night. Sometimes it just works out, doesn't it?
I think baseball gods realized we went so long without a game, they just gave us those gaps in between. Hopefully we get that same luck for the next 4.
Leading us off, the number 9 hitter for the Fightin' Phils, Luke Miller. Heading up to the plate, 2 Ks on the night, looking to make some action after his solo home run yesterday. Shout out time from the press box booth. I'd like to shout out my grandmother who's listening. I saw her come up on the Facebook Live. Hello. Hello. Tyler, any shout outs?
I wanted to shout out my mom yesterday. I know she watched. She might be watching now, but my supportive mom and dad always following me. I appreciate.
We'll ask Evan. Evan, any shout outs? Evan's our producer back here. He says no, not tonight.
Got to bring some next time. It's your homework.
Homework. And a strike called to Luke Miller. Count now 1-1. He was not happy with that call, but turns and looks to Sean Williams, see what the signs are here, and he steps back into the batter's box. The pitch by Pinto comes in high, check swing, but he doesn't go around, making the count 2-1 to Luke Miller. Miller from Muncie, Indiana. 22nd round draft pick. Here's the 2-1, he'll swing on that. Shallow fly, will it drop? And it will drop as Luke Miller goes to second on a stand-up double, falls right between Green and Robson out in right center field and trickles all the way back to the wall. A stand-up double for Luke Miller. He gets his 2nd hit of the season, his first double, I should say, home run yesterday at the ballpark, and really exciting stuff from Luke Miller to lead us off in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's exactly what the Fightin' Phils offense is looking for.
I mean, all this guy does when he gets a hit is barrel it. Unable to find the barrel in the first 2 at-bats with a couple of Ks, and then he shoots a line drive into the right center gap of the outfield. And an easy double there is nearly coming over to make an outstanding play with Robson.
First pitch, first swing from Gamboa. He'll send it over to short. Looks like it will be picked up by the 3rd baseman Gonzalez on the run. He'll fire it over to first to get Gamboa, but sliding over will be Miller, able to make it over to 3rd. 1 out here, and that will bring up Daniel Brito. The Phils look to get one in here and start chipping away. Not much time left in this ball game.
A little bit of risky base running there from Miller. I mean, it was to the left of him, which is the rule. If you're standing on second, to the left you go, on the right you stay, but still to the shortstop. Couldn't have, maybe in the different circumstances or an easier play, because the shortstop was being brought to the middle of the infield, could have fired it over to 3rd to try and nab the lead runner.
Yeah, even potential to be tagged. Yesterday we saw a Fightin' Phil get tagged on the base path between 1st and 2nd, so definitely got to be aware of that happening. Count now 2-0 to Brito. Vlad Pinto still on the mound for the SeaWolves. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. High heater, 94 miles an hour off the bat.
Swinging out of his shoes there was Brito. The 2-0 pitch, fastball right up in the zone, 94 miles an hour, something Brito's shown that he is able to get the barrel to. Just a little bit behind it there.
High in the zone for a ball. 3-1 as Daniel Brito trying to have the patience he had in his last at-bat to get an easy way down to 1st.
That walk brought him around for the first run of this game for the Phils.
And Brito will take his way down to 1st. The Phils have runners on the corners now with 1 away here. And that will bring up Matt Vierling, who walked in the 4th and reached on an error in the 6th. He was able to cross home on that double by Duran, and we'll see if Luke Miller can score. Matt Bierling settling in that righty batter's box. A fan favorite seemingly already here at First Energy Stadium. Takes a strike on the outside corner. I don't know how correct this radar gun in. 96 miles an hour from Pinto. He seems like he's got that velocity there. Pretty impressive stuff.
Just the easy velocity there, not exerting a whole lot of energy there. 96 back to back now.
That one grazed the knees. Back in the Phillies world, the score is 5-4 after a grand slam by Didi Gregorius. The Brewers are trying to catch up here as we reach the middle part of the Big Phil's game. Pitch to Vierling is low.
Looks like it's going to be another interesting one there. Leading 6-0 early, then it became a one-run game, and now same thing, up big early, unable to get any more insurance. Here come the Brewers.
Runners on the corners for the Fightin' Phils. One away here as a ball comes in the dirt to Vierling. Nice stop behind the plate from Centeno of the SeaWolves. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-2 the score. SeaWolves have had the lead since their big 3rd inning with the grand slam. The Fightin' Phils have been trying to claw back ever since. And now setting up on the mound is Pinto, looking over at 3rd. Miller taking a big lead, and the ball comes in a high. Vierling, just insane patience at the plate right now. Down 3-0 in the count, works his way back to full. And bases loaded with 1 out for the R-Phils would be absolutely ideal.
Nothing to lose here for Vierling. Just try and get your pitch, catch up to the fastball.
Chopper up to shortstop, gonna be a double play. 6-4-3, the double play there. And Fightin' Phils get nothing across as Vierling grounds into the 2nd double play of the game, I believe. And that is the end of that for the Fightin' Phils. Uneventful inning when something could have happened there. We're gonna take a short break. To the 9th we go. Stick with us, don't leave us now.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pre-game concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
In Reading, Pennsylvania, PSECU presents tonight's attendance report. Tonight's attendance at First Energy Stadium was 1,405 people. Thank you so much for coming out today, Pennsylvania. PSECU, proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much to our fans for coming out to the ballpark. Don't forget, a couple more games in this homestand, Wednesday through Sunday. We've got a lot more going on at the ballpark. Happy hours, pregame concerts, postgame concerts, all of our events at the ballpark, crazy hot dog vendor, veggie race, and a backpack giveaway Friday and Sunday for Mother's Day weekend. Is there a better gift to give your mom than coming out to the ballpark?
Absolutely not. especially when you get a free backpack out of it.
Oh my gosh, who doesn't want free stuff? Free stuff. We've got a pitching change here for the Fightin' Phils. Carr comes out of the game and into the game. Jonathan Hennigan, former our Phil back in 2019. He's another fan favorite. The most interesting fact about Jonathan Hennigan will probably be his fun fact for the rest of his life.
Yep.
He pitched the last pitch of spring training, back in 2020 before the pandemic started.
Yep.
Phillies were the last game going on that day when they called everything off, and Hennigan was on the mound and threw the final pitch to end 2020.
He said in an interview he is keeping that ball for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cooperstown asks for it, because that is such a great little factoid there. What a moment for him, I'm sure.
And again, excited to be back here at First Energy Stadium as he faces off against Gonzalez here in the top of the 9th inning.
So that'll bring an end to the day for Tyler Carr. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And as you mentioned, he had the benefit of the doubt of a couple of second chances, as we like to call it, and he made the most of it for a scoreless appearance.
Gonzalez sneaks one by Dalton Guthrie at third base. A diving Gamboa can't come up with it either, and a base runner here for the SeaWolves in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, tough 50-50 ball in between hot for Guthrie over there at the hot corner. Went into a slide to his left. Tried the little sliding pick action, unable to keep the glove on the ground long enough. Very difficult play, easily a hit.
And again now against Drew Ward. Ward 1 for 3 on the night. And again getting the signs from Duran behind the plate. Texan-born player, 26 years old, 21st round draft pick in 2016. Gets that strike call now from the home plate umpire. 1-1 the count here with a runner on first in the form of Gonzalez. Fightin's shift is on once again with Gamboa behind second base, and this time big gap at shortstop. Guthrie playing his regular third position, so nobody over there. If Ward was able to poke the ball right there, that would be tough for the Fightin' Phils.
Absolutely, but Ward has shown in his past, as we talked about his spray chart earlier, that he just would rather try and hit it over the shift as opposed to beating the shift, and it has worked thus far.
Here's a pitch from Hennigan, and he beat the shift, folks.
Announcer
he
jinx.
Beat the shift, okay? It went right in that gap at shortstop, and there was nothing the Phils defense could do about it.
Absolutely not. Yeah, perfectly an in-between shot there, a little bit off the hands for the inside-out swing, I should say. And, yeah, just hit it right where Gamboa would usually be standing, but instead right into left field, 2 runners on.
And again, trying to settle in here after giving up 2 base hits in the top of the 9th inning. Josh Lester hit a grand slam in the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Hennigan on the corner for a strike.
Hennigan, a true back of the bullpen sort of guy, had 45 appearances back in 2019. 22 of them came in the 8th inning or later. And he picked up a fair share of saves, 9 on the season.
Hennigan grazes the outside corner for a strike. Josh Lester stepping into that lefty batter's box. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 9th inning. No outs. 8-2 the score, SeaWolves. And once again, the shift is on to Lester. Here's the pitch, and over the head of Dalton Guthrie, beating the shift, but fielded cleanly by Tatum out in left field. Runners only advance 1 base, so bases loaded quickly here. And Hennigan is in a pinch as the shift does not work for either Gonzalez or Ward.
It's death by a million paper cuts here. It's just soft contact, really, where it's just finding spots in between. Nobody really truly barreling it up, even though it gets to the outfield in a hurry. Not the type of swing they're looking for, but turns into 3 hits. The average goes up for a couple of guys, and now it's bases loaded, nobody out.
The pitch from Hennigan to Robson comes in low for a strike called. Bases loaded, full of SeaWolves here in the top of the 9th inning. Hennigan trying to get out of a jam with no outs here. He sets up on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss from Robson. Goes fishing, comes up with absolutely nothing there as he chases one well outside of the zone.
A Houdini slider there, his best pitch of the night so far in his short appearance is that. Tough slider, starts on the outer half, same tunneling of his arm there to look like the fastball and just falls into the righty's batter box.
Gonzalez over on third, Drew Ward at second, Josh Lester over at first. All three reached on singles. Fightin' Phil's infield is shallow. They're trying to preserve the run here.
Yeah, just trying to keep themselves in it. I mean, already a tough battle to get through already and can't really let the doors completely blow off here. They want to make it alive in the 9th inning.
The entire Arphil's bullpen standing and watching the play happening here. Great support from Fightin' Phil's teammates as Hennigan tries to work his way through this one. Here's the pitch to Robson in the dirt, blocked by Duran. Great block there as none of the players were able to get in his way. Duran, 40% caught stealing. An impressive backstop as he only, I believe he had no errors in 64 games. It was something like that.
Yes.
Pretty impressive for the catcher.
Yeah, he's a brick wall back there, and he's really had a true both ends of the ball great game. As a late time called there, Hennigan was about to let the pitch go. But you're right, I mean, had the caught stealing for his first attempt of this season, so runners are 0 for 1 on attempting that, and he's had several blocks today that have kept the runner over there at third.
Robson finally steps back into the box. Here is the 2-2 pitch from Hennigan. Chopper up the third base line, foul. Diving is Guthrie, but no need as the pitch goes foul.
Guthrie is a hustle guy over there. A couple of diving efforts. There's been a couple of foul balls that 90% of people give up on, but he gives it the full sprint over to the railing on the side.
Just to make sure, just to be safe, especially with the wind pushing the opposite direction. There's always a chance it comes back into the field of play, and you do not want to be the guy caught in that pickle. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Hennigan. Here he goes. Another foul ball off the bat of Robson. Fans, on this day in baseball town history, in 1955, the Reading Eagle announced that Roger Maris is on his way from Tulsa of the Texas League. That's on his way to Reading. Maris is, quote, a young outfielder with a reputation for delivering the distant hit. Understatement of the year. Who knew what Roger Maris would turn out to be?
Understatement, but truthful.
Truthful.
I mean, I think that he had a pretty good reputation of hitting some far balls, you know?
100%. Absolutely impressive, and one of the greats to come out of Reading and pass through the system. Reading's had a lot of history like that. If you've been to our ballpark, you know exactly what I mean. Under our concourse, we've had the whole history laid out for you guys there, but pretty impressive people have traveled through Reading, and great history here at the ballpark that's been open for 71 years for professional baseball. Robson fouls one off again, staying alive here in this at-bat. Fighting his way through against Hennigan.
As you mentioned, I've done the research of the stadium, who's played here, how long it's been around, but there's just some names like that. Maris was the one that really stuck out to me my first time walking through this stadium, that it just, the reality hits you that this place is a walking history book, and it is so incredible just to be a part of it and to see what type of players we have out here that will be those next names in 20, 30 years from now that are getting regarded in the same light.
Definitely those old heroes and new guys coming up through the ranks, from the likes of Mike Schmidt, who was absolutely dominant for the Phillies, and then even younger guys like Ryan Howard, who really made their mark in baseball town and in Philly. And what's interesting to me is that those guys keep coming back to Reading. We've had a lot of guys settle down here. We've had a lot of guys who come back to this area and help out at the ballpark, always volunteering because they know and love this place. Full count finally to Jacob Robson after he's fouled off like 4 or 5 pitches. I mean, we just talked right through that because same thing. Don't want to bore you all. And now bases loaded here in the top of the 9th inning. 8-2 the score in favor of the SeaWolves. No outs. The full count pitch to Robson, a battle, and Hennigan gets him to swing and miss. Huge confidence booster for Jonathan Hennigan as he pitches through that huge, elongated at-bat and comes up with the strikeout.
A lengthy battle, as we mentioned. I mean, foul ball after foul ball. Hennigan, with a lot on the line, bases loaded, wins the 11-pitch at-bat for the first out, and now a double play gets him out of it with a clean slate.
The pitch is in the dirt from Hennigan to Centeno. Bases loaded still, but now one away here in the top of the 9th inning. Hennigan needs to shut down these Erie SeaWolves if the Fightin' Phils have a chance in the bottom of the 9th to make some things happen. The pitch by Hennigan. Line drive into center field, drops in front of Vierling. 1 run will score, but that's just it. An RBI single off the bat of Centeno scores another one. 9-2 here in the top of the 9th. SeaWolves on top.
Yeah, perfect piece of hitting there. Just hit it right back where it came from. Right over Brito's head to go into the right side of center field, and all the base runners just going station to station, not testing Vierling. No need to see the arm on display again.
And Brad Bergeson coming out, have a quick mound visit. We do see someone warming up in the bullpen for the Fightin' Phils. See what Bergeson's saying to Hennigan, who's had some experience pitching in this ballpark.
I think this is just a classic trying to get the rust off. Saw the same thing with Warren, just has the command there, and that's the difference between seeing these live at-bats, live in-game stuff, just hitting too much of the plate. You get up to Double-A, whether it's your first time here or Hennigan, who has been here, you know how high the level is here and how good the batters are at the plate. You have those mistakes. Maybe in winter ball they weren't hitting as much as they will right here in Reading.
First pitch coming into Kerry Carpenter, who's having himself a day. 2 for 3 on the night with a walk. Takes the first pitch ball. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Bases loaded for the Erie SeaWolves. Fightins are trying that shift again here as a strike comes into Carpenter. The shift did not work out so well for them earlier in this inning, but they're going to keep on trucking with it, see if they can get a double play ball, which would end the inning pretty nicely for Jonathan Hennigan.
Those double plays are tough once you're in a shift like this.
The 1-1 popping into right field, going back is Kroon. He'll make the catch. He'll throw it in, but not before Ward makes the tag and runs home. No one else advances here, but a nice sacrifice fly off the bat of Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah, the first we've seen from either side this season as just simply doing your job if you're Carpenter. If there's anyone on third, especially if the bases are loaded, some people try and think too big of the situation, and how could you not with the opportunity to get 4 RBIs on it, but just send something in the air to the outfield, you'll be heading back to the dugout to a lot of helmet taps.
The pitch comes in, a strike to Cole Peterson, back to the number 9 hitter. Guys are having 5 at-bats today for the SeaWolves. They've really batted through their lineup and taken advantage of these opportunities. Peterson 2 for 4, 2 singles, a strikeout, and a ground out. The pitch from Hennigan right down the middle for a strike.
Glad you mentioned that, because I noticed the same thing yesterday. A perfect 5 at-bats, or 5 plate appearances, I should say, for everyone 1 through 9 for the SeaWolves, ending it perfectly with the 9-hitter in the 9th inning. They do that back-to-back. That's just fun for the stats. Or I should say the look of the paper in front.
Your scorecard's got to be beautiful.
Exactly.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. 10-2 now the score, as Reading is trying to get out of a jam here in the top of the 9th inning. Cole Peterson up at the plate. The count now 1-2. Hennigan, here's the pitch. Chopper off the bat. Hennigan going to field it, but it'll be Brito who fields it with his glove and tosses it to first. A safe call by the home plate umpire. And people are irate at Kelvis Velez over at first. That was Sean Williams going to come out and speak to the umpire, talk to his players. I mean, Daniel Brito could not have made a better play. That was just a soul roller, awkward spot between really awkward spot between Hennigan and Brito over at second, and Brito was the right person to pick that up and do it with his glove. I thought very impressive play, and it's going to be recorded as a base hit, as rightfully so.
That's a hit. Hennigan's going to get the pull, but you're right. A beautiful glove flip on a hard charge into this slow grounder. Would have been a perfect way to end the top of the 9th inning, but we are going to get a pitching change here.
We're going to take a call to the bullpen from Alvernia University. We're going to take a short break here on the R-Phils Radio Network.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at First Energy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with large see-through netting. Starting at $31, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenheimer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils.
Back at First Energy Stadium, fans, Jacob Hernandez coming in. He is slated to be the closer this season for the Fightin' Phils. And I guess he's coming in to close this one out of sorts. Not quite a safe situation for Hernandez, but good for him to get up, get his arm moving, and get some experience here. Hernandez did spend time in Baseball Town back in 2019. Parker, Colorado, the 24-year-old, was drafted in the 21st round back in 2017.
Hernandez, the youngster, 6'4", 260. Big presence from the left-hander on the hill. As you mentioned, he spent 2019 in Reading with a 1.68 ERA, only got 5 saves, so now he is going to be slated at least to the early part of this season as the closer. But you're right, I mean, just to get these guys the opportunity, Sean Williams said in his postgame yesterday, where obviously he didn't want to use as many pitchers as he did yesterday coming into the game, but it is good to get the guys in, get them situated now, and it really didn't take a drastic change on the game to get these people prepared for later down the road.
Definitely, and this will be a great opportunity for Hernandez, seeing if he could come in with runners on and kind of a pressing situation and try to just make this out, get the R-Phils out of this inning, get them back up at the plate.
Especially against Riley Green, top prospect on their team right now, and their most dangerous bat to start this season.
Here's the first pitch from Hernandez. A bullet off the bat of Green. Going back at the wall is Kroon. A home run for Riley Green, and just not how it played out in my head.
Me either. Riley Green, a pimp job there. What a shot. And just exactly what you were not hoping for, obviously. First pitch fastball right in the middle of the zone. Green hit it like batting practice. It's a tough ask, obviously, that Hernandez was put into. So those 3 earned runs are going to close the book on John Hennigan, who had a less than ideal start. And now, with a clean sheet on the base paths at least, Jacob Hernandez will look to try and finish this last out.
Hernandez kind of a slower windup as a pop-up off the bat of Kredler coming in the infield, calling him off as Guthrie. He'll make the catch right by the mound. And finally, the SeaWolves will go down. Don't leave us for the 9th. This is the big inning.
Features hours every day at the Tap Room. Bank Cloud, 2 hours for all happy. In addition to one derail brewing distributing, all have live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games, thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoying our Phil's game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Redding Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Here it is, the big inning at First Energy Stadium, bottom of the 9th, fans. It is rally time no matter the score, but the score is 14-2. So Fightin' Phils do have a lot of work here for a comeback to go on. We do have a pitching change from the Alvernia University bullpen. Out goes Vladimir Pinto, the final line for him. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And how many pitches is that for Pinto? 28. He ends the night. And that will bring in Moreno. That's Gerson Moreno, 25 years old, from the Dominican Republic, new to the organization in 2020. So this is his debut for the Tigers and for Erie. 14-2 the score, as 2 big innings pretty much from Erie. Outside of these 2 big innings, not a lot has happened. The Phils have really shut down the Tigers, but these 2 big innings have stuck it to them as the Phils try to get some offense going here. We're going to be starting things off in the middle of the lineup with Duran, Tatum, and Stokes. Duran has the only RBIs from the night. He had a 2-run scoring double back in the 6th, so hopefully the Fightin' Phils can utilize that to get back into this in some sort of semblance.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, just a couple of crooked numbers, 2 6 spots put up in the 3rd and the 9th really is the difference, because that 6th inning was when Duran was able to end the shutdown inning opportunity in the top of the 6th with the 2 spot from the SeaWolves. And just the difference there, as it has been good pitching to start here. Obviously, the bats are not off to a cool start. They hit the ball great yesterday. 5 players recording a hit, 3 solo shots yesterday. And just the pitching came in, led by Payano, who really dominated.
And not only did they dominate on the mound, they also dominated offense. 14 runs on 16 hits compared to the Fightin' Phils 2 runs on 3 hits. But looking to attack some more in the runs and hits columns here. Duran in the box. His count now 1-1. 2-1 as the Erie SeaWolves take a few steps back. Fans, don't forget, a couple more games in this series now. Tomorrow night through Sunday as Duran sends one into left center field. Coming in is Green, and he will make the catch on the run and retire Duran for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tatum coming up. He's still looking for his first hit in 2021. He and Stokes are the only two in the lineup who have yet to have a hit in either of the 2 games yet. So Tatum stepping into that righty batter's box here. And Moreno bending over. Now he stands up, makes a quick pitch, swing and a miss there by McCarthy. Tatum and Moreno able to do exactly what he was looking to do.
You talk about some of the players trying to get their first hit. Also on the opposite end of the spectrum, Luke Miller and Rodolfo Duran were the only 2 able to get a hit after getting a hit yesterday. So some of the hotter bats that started the season yesterday didn't carry that over into today, unfortunately. McCarthy, Tatum just trying to add some extra padding stats.
Swing and a miss again by Tatum. A drop, third strike. Picking it up is Centeno, and he's able to get it over to first in time. So that is a strikeout, 2-3 in your scorebook as the catcher had to throw it down to first base. And Stokes is the final hope for the Fightin' Phils tonight. Coming into that righty batter's box here as the infield shifts back and the outfield shifts over to their normal positions here.
Moreno getting quite a jump, playing 2019 in the Detroit system, the rookie level with Tigers East. It's the first pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. Only got 6 2/3 innings pitched and had a little bit of difficulty there with an 8.1 ERA, but obviously short sample size can't take the ERA to heart so much.
Another strike called from home plate umpire Steve Jasinski. Working quickly is Moreno, and Stokes down to the final strike. 2 outs here, 14-2 the score here at First Energy Stadium. And here's the pitch in the dirt. Stokes stays alive. The pitch. And he got him looking, just caught, dazed and confused right at the knees. And that is the ball game, fans. 14-2 at First Energy Stadium. Not a great outcome for the Phils, but there were some fantastic highlights, both offensively and defensively. I'm Emily Messina. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Stick around for the Fightin' Phils post-game radio broadcast coming up shortly.
Friday, the first 750 women will receive the Mother's Day weekend pickup.
Baseball Town Charities is a non-profit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading, so youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game teaches. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities throughout the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charity also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing.
The Reading Fightin' Phils birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
So that'll bring an end to this one. We thank you for watching all the way through the end if you're still hearing my voice. Wasn't a fun outcome for the Arphils, but it was a fun night here in the ballpark as we have to take all of these, or excuse me, you can't take any of these for granted. Final score 14-2. Erie SeaWolves come in and take the second of a 6-game set. So 2-0 on the season are the SeaWolves compared to 0-2 for the Fightin' Phils. 16 hits and 1 error compared to the Arphils 2-3-1. And it was pretty much capitalized by a couple of crooked numbers. The third and the ninth inning featured a 6 spot from the SeaWolves, where in the 6th inning it was 2 apiece, where we start off with a couple of singles. It was more small ball today as opposed to all the home runs that were hit yesterday. An RBI single in the 3rd kicked off the scoring. A 2 RBI single by Yair Gonzalez, and then following it up after a little bit of confusion, a couple of walks, and a pitching change. Josh Lester delivered what wound up being the first nail in the coffin for the Phils. A 4 RBI grand slam, one of 2 hit today, the other one by Riley Green, the top prospect here on the Double-A team for the Erie SeaWolves. And alongside that, good RBI effort alongside Jacob Robson, brought in a couple. Kerry Carpenter had a 2 RBI double. An RBI single for Centennial for his first hit of the season. Just about everyone got into the offensive column that they wanted to. It was great to see. On the other end, for our Phils, the only offense was really from Rodolfo Duran. He was able to bring in Brito and Vierling on a 2 RBI double. And that was pretty much it. The winning pitcher today is going to be Payano, who had a phenomenal game. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, over 75 pitches. Gave him a little bit longer of a leash than we thought because he was carrying a no-hitter into the 5th inning. Second time he's done that in his career. The losing pitcher is going to be the highly rated prospect here for the Phillies, 4th in their system, Morales. He had a great start to this one, 2 innings to kick us off of no-hit baseball, just the 1 walk, but then the 3rd inning, wasn't able to finish it out himself. He went 2 2/3, gave up 4 runs. Only 2 of them came when he was on the bump. Went Cesar to Warren to Carr, Hennigan, and then Hernandez got to peek in the back, where Payano, Bass, Pinto, and Moreno were the combination for the victorious Erie SeaWolves. So that'll bring an end to it. Thank you so much for joining, and we thank the 1,405 fans courtesy of PSECU. So that'll do it here. Join us same time tomorrow, 7:05, Reading, Pennsylvania, First Energy Stadium. We look forward to seeing you either in person or through the broadcast that we have here. I thank everyone from the team, especially on the production side, getting this stream up, and we hope to see you tomorrow.